if you let us. For meals with personality, look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store.
Wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm Attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Extreme Tom Keene is bankrolled by radicals. Their plan is Biden's plan. Tax more, spend more, till everything costs more. Now, Keene refuses to work with Republicans to solve the affordability crisis. Keene's cronies want to handcuff cops, release criminals, disband school resource officers, even let men play women's sports. It's crazy, it's extreme, and so is Tom Keene. But Erica Booth will fight their failed agenda. Mom, teacher, school board member. Booth will cut taxes, combat inflation, back the blue, and lower premiums by holding big insurance accountable. Send a signal to Joe Biden's Washington radicals. Vote Erica Booth this Tuesday, January 16th. Paid political advertisement paid for by the Florida House Republican Campaign Committee. P.O. Box 10307, Tallahassee, Florida 32302. The Florida House Republican Campaign Committee endorses and urges you to vote for Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Approved by Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Republicans for Florida House of Representatives.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, January 15th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the Buffalo snow battle to a shocking hot air balloon disaster. And it's time for a frozen vote in Iowa. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. As always, go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good.
Happy MLK Day, everybody.
Yeah, here we are on Martin Luther King Day. A lot of you have off today, but some of you are working like us, and we're here to drag you through the day. We'll utilize this day to take the day after the Super Bowl off, which seems like a decent idea, I guess. And here we are.
Is
for
that what
you
we're
today.
doing?
I think so. That's what I saw. You know, you get all these emails fly around. Generally, they're on the weekend, and I see an email. I'm like, okay, all right, that's what we're doing. Okay, sounds good to me. I'm signed up for it. Everything is good. Don't forget, we have on March 16th, Just Okay 8 ready for you. It is going to be an amazing fiesta. A St. Patrick's Day party like no other at Plaza Live. Tickets, well, details soon. For now, on this cold, cold Monday, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours, because Trump is speaking, and he was at an event where he wanted to encourage everybody in Iowa, where it's very, very cold, to get out and do the caucus thing today. Get your vote on.
Yeah, get your caucus on.
And vote for Trump, of course. Here's what he had to say. He said it in his very own Trump way.
So if you want to save America from crooked Joe Biden, you must go caucus tomorrow. The first step. Really the first step. We got to do it. We got to do it big. You got to get out. You can't sit home. If you're sick as a dog, you say, darling, I got to make it. Even if you vote and then pass away, it's worth it.
Even if you vote and pass away, you know, it's worth it.
What does his hat say?
Hello, dead people.
Trump caucus captain.
That doesn't even make sense.
The man said, even if you vote and pass away,
It's still worth
it.
Even if the last thing you do is vote for me.
You got some like a geriatric person and on their deathbed, and they're like, I've got to do it. It's going to be the last thing I do.
So what, I need to do this for caucus captain.
Even if you fill in the little square and hand it to the smelly volunteer and walk outside and drop dead, it'll all be worth it.
It's negative 10 degrees or something there. This guy's like, look.
Die for me.
Death is always an option.
If you're sick as a dog, you say, darling, I got to make it. Even if you vote and then pass away, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
If you're sick, if you're just so sick you can't, darling, I don't think. Get up. Get up. You get up, you vote. Yes, darling. Ultimately, we know who calls the shots, right?
Right. Does his writer just get paid to be there?
I don't know.
Because he clearly just crunches up whatever words he gives him, throws it away in the trash can, and does whatever he wants.
You know what Trump does with these speeches sometimes? He starts talking, and then when he says something that gets a reaction out of the crowd, he just keeps going and going and going.
With it. Let's go.
And like he said, even if you pass away, it's still worth it. And the crowd reacts, and he's like, yeah, that's right. I said, even if you die, I want you know who's in charge here. And it's like, what the hell? Okay, there we go. We got to see what's happening in Iowa as they do the dumbest thing about America today, which is not voting, but caucusing. Caucusing is fundamentally stupid in every single way. And I hate it. But that's the way they do things in a couple of these states, including Iowa. If you don't know what the caucuses are, just a little note for you. They still don't actually know who won the last caucus in Iowa, right?
I love that for us.
They don't know who actually won that. It took them 2 weeks to come up with maybe this person. A caucus works like this. All over the state of Iowa today, starting at about 7 o'clock, these folks in each precinct go to what they call a caucus site, which could be a church or a school, or I kid you not, somebody's living room.
No way.
Yeah, and
that could be fun. That could be a raucous caucus.
It could be. You gather together in these places, and then it's kind of like a little rally. And you're like, who's for Team A? I'm for Team A. You know, who's for Team B? We're from Team B over here. And then they go, is anybody not decided? A couple of people are not decided. They try to win them over first. Like, look, here's our pitch to you. And then eventually some of the teams see like, our guy's definitely not going to make it. Which side should we go over to? And so the biggest crowd forms and that team goes, we won this caucus. And they pass the information along. It is literally the dumbest thing in the world.
And we're still doing it because
we've always done it. Man, does that come up on the show a lot. Why do we do these things? Well, I don't know. We've always done these things. There are 1,657 precincts in Iowa. Just for the record, it's going to be from -4 to -15 degrees. So you very well could die as a result of going to that caucus.
All right, chat. That's not how you spell caucus, and you know it.
They said they take several hours, but usually a candidate declares a win earlier because why not? And they said there is going to be probably a win for Trump. He's way ahead in the polling in Iowa, but God only knows what's going to happen tonight. It's the first pretend result of the next great election here. And we find ourselves on Martin Luther King Day when a lot of things are closed. You got a lot of places that are not open. But if you work at iHeartRadio, you're open. You know, you're open over there.
There's nobody here, man.
Is it a ghost town except for us?
Like,
we're the only folks?
There are places where the lights weren't even switched on.
It's
I guess
dark
that
in
was
there.
somebody's job. I figured we were automated at this point, but I'm like, all right.
No, it's they're on movement sensors.
Oh.
And when there's no movement, the lights. It's like when you go to the frozen food section at the grocery store, but nobody's been there for a while.
Right, Sean?
Yeah. You know, I've never experienced that, but I do know, and this is one of these things I hate even more than caucuses. You know what I hate? Have you ever stayed in a hotel room, or maybe better? What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Or maybe even better, a motel room where they have a motion sensor. And so if you go into the room, the air conditioner is not on because they can tell that there's and then you have to move around for a while. And if you're sleeping, there's no motion. And so like in the middle of the night, it gets real hot again. Oh, dumbest thing ever. Anyhow, the retailers, the grocers, Targets, your Walmarts, your Krogers, they're all open today, as are the national parks. I'm sure you're definitely going to one of those. The Postal Service, they finally get a day off. So to all of our mail workers out there, you enjoy your day today on this federal holiday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. There are government agencies across the board closed. The banks are closed. The stock market's closed. You might as well just enjoy yourself and get a delicious chicken sandwich today. Go to Chick-fil-A, go to Popeyes, treat yourself.
What, are you getting paid by the chicken people?
Oh, I wish I was. Oh, man.
Yeah, why chicken sandwich?
Because I want one right now really bad. Just on the top of my mind. And I thought this morning, I was like, how early can I get Chick-fil-A? Is there like do I need to wait like McDonald's to get the big boy foods and not get the breakfast items?
Yeah, you might have to wait. I think it's like 10:30.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're good to go now.
I can't do it, though. I can't do it. I'll maybe after the show. We went to the movies over the weekend. Not sure if you guys saw anything. We saw a bit of a loser in Night Swim, and they're wondering over at Blumhouse. They're going, well, what happened? All of our movies are so successful. Why did Night Swim get 7th place? What the hell? This is it's been out for a while now. It's week 7 in, but it's not been doing as well as most of these movies from these particular production houses. And to me, it's kind of obvious. We went and saw the movie. Courtney was so scared. She'll never admit it to you, but I thought she was going to run out of the theater. She's the most easiest scared person I've ever met in my life.
Okay, but was it that scary?
It was pretty scary, but I wasn't like, obviously I'm not going to run out of the theater.
Yeah, tough guy.
She said, oh, I would never have run out of the theater. And I'm like, I know that you see when it's about to get scary because you grab onto me and there's a jump scare coming. But it's a movie about a scary pool. What do you expect? What do you think this thing's going to do?
Ooh.
It's not going to do well.
Let me guess. There's a scene where the automated cover traps somebody underwater.
100%. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, they do everything they possibly can with the pool because guess what else is involved in it? The diving board. Because we only
this is a 1980s pool.
Yes, it very much is.
I mean, you can't get a diving board anymore. Can you get an? I've never been in a pool, I don't think, that has an automated cover. Maybe that's an up north thing.
Probably just because of the obvious weather issues.
But like the obvious, like it was so obvious to Sabrina that would be a part of a horror movie based around a pool. Is that something they still make, or is that like the diving board, something that insurance just said, no, we shouldn't be letting people have these anymore?
I think it was an insurance thing, but I'm not sure. That's just a guess on my part. Number 1 at the box office, the winner, $32 million for Mean Girls, which a lot of people are surprised as they're watching it, is a musical. And it's the first movie in a while where when we went to go see Night Swim, the Mean Girls movie had just ended, and about 200 women between the ages of like 15 and 30 poured out of the door. Like, everybody's got like Mean Girl shirts on and stuff. The Beekeeper was in the second spot. Wonka still holding on in the top 3, and then on down it goes. That movie that they released, and this is one of the dumbest things. The Book of Clarence came out this weekend.
Oh, good.
And they called it a faith-based movie. And they're like, unlike other faith-based movies like Passion of the Christ or this movie, it didn't really move the needle with audiences. It came in at 9th place and only made $3 million for the 4-day weekend.
People don't love Jesus.
This is not a faith-based movie. It's a different interpretation of it, where some dude who was wandering around at Jesus' time said, I think I might be able to do this too. And it's just like it's not a religious movie.
The guy, he becomes his own Jesus?
Yeah, it's sacrilege, if anything.
I was going to say, anything like that seems like it would be not anti-religious, but the religious people would be against it because it's like, that's not what happened.
Right, rather than Ford, I think. I mean, it just, I don't know. They said a down-on-his-luck man struggles to find a better life for his family while trying to free himself of death. Captivated by the power and glory of the rising Messiah, he risks everything to carve his own path to a divine life, so he wants to make himself his own God. That's not a faith-based movie.
Make himself his own God. That's like against one of the early commandments.
Yeah.
Right? The first stone.
Right in that Bible they got.
It sounds like the religious version of that TV show that I've wanted to get into. I think maybe
Chosen?
No. There's a TV show on Apple TV Plus, and the basis is what if Russia got to the moon first. Mm-hmm. And I watched a couple episodes, and it was like it's basically like a prediction of how our society would be different, how the two countries would look at each other, and I wanted to get into it, and after a couple I fell off, mostly because Ashley was like, this is boring me.
I'll tell you what, I've been still on This Is Us train.
You crying more?
My God, was I sobbing. And like we just like put it on as we woke up in the morning, and then before I knew it, I mean just like hard sobs, and then I have to go feed my friend Dan's cats, and I'm in the car, just complete silence, like, have I been giving my parents the love that they deserve?
Forces you to make life decisions.
Is something else, man.
We got so much to get into, a busy Monday for you, and we're going to hear from you as well. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, it's getting wild in Buffalo. Woo! We got to talk about this, and you Bills fans, you're on one right now. I love it, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This is Real Radio 104.1 on your phone with the iHeartRadio app and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
What's going on? I hope your holiday Monday is a great one. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, seems like your usual delay. That's I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 535. That's from US 192. Not due to an incident, however. At this time, there is an incident reportedly that has 2 left lanes blocked. That's Colonial Drive westbound at the intersection of the 429 toll. The Turnpike toll itself is clear. No issues on the Greenway. If you have a tip, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways. It's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store.
Wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
What'd your mom pack you for lunch? Let's see. A turkey sandwich, chips, and... Oh, fresh from Florida strawberries. I'll trade you for some string cheese. Sure. Here's my sandwich and my chips. No, I want the Florida strawberries. Seriously? No way. Can I throw in my juice box? You can throw in your lunchbox. You're not getting my Florida strawberries.
Pack the snacks your kids want to eat. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
How about my new sneakers? Nope. These earbuds? Nope. My backpack? Nope.
In a small Tennessee town, a killer was caught by unlikely investigators, high school students, and their teacher, Alex Campbell. Though the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation supports their theory, no charges have been filed. Murder 101 follows the students as they endeavor to complete the assignment.
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads or a few identifications, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
Listen to Murder 101 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
Hey Orlando, are you looking for new ways to save? Well, on Verizon, you don't need to be on a family plan to get our best deals. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time, plans start at just $50 per month for a single line with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone with unlimited welcome. That's a savings of $15 per month. And when you switch now, you can save on the things you love to stream, like Netflix and Max. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. A better plan to save is Verizon. This offer won't last long. Visit your local Verizon store to switch and save big today. $180 BYOD promo credit per phone applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line with your own 4G or 5G smartphone on unlimited welcome plan required. $360 local promo credit applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line. Additional terms apply. In select markets only. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. For unlimited welcome plan in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Deep Cuts. Featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Who, The Stones, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to The News Junkie. Proceed towards your undoing.
Junkie.com. I want to hear your lovely voice on this Martin Luther King Day. And it is cold outside right now all across the United States of America. There's like an Arctic freeze across the country today, and it's going to stay that way for a handful of days. But it has been a joy watching the fans of the Buffalo Bills over the last 24 hours.
It really has. I mean, from what I could see, because it's snowing so damn bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really, I mean, it just won't stop. And then when it does, you look around and go, oh, what are we supposed to do now? And they had a game scheduled for Sunday for the Buffalo Bills, and they were trying their best to do it. And I wish they would have in some ways. Because remember when we were talking about, hey, are people going to go to these games? It's so cold. I'll mute this because I don't know what the person's going to say. But, and I put this up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com since it's a visual. Look at this. This is the Bills Stadium right here. Okay, tell me this isn't the most insane thing. This is just the stands, right? And now they pan out.
Surprised there's no one having sex in it right now.
Yeah, they're waiting. That's what it looked like on the field. You can't even see anything. If there were players out there, you wouldn't even be able to tell what was going on.
And I love their little gimmick, like, hey, we'll give you a free ticket to the game if you come shovel this snow. And it's like the moment you get one scoop in, it has been replaced by new snow, has it not?
Yeah, they were paying $20 an hour, and they were trying to get everybody they could to get out there and get the snow out of the Bills Stadium. And there were some dudes out there who were hardcore. This guy's got his shirt off, for God's sake. This guy is trying to scoot out the snow. I don't know if this is an effective method of doing it or not, but take a peek at one of the most hardcore football fans I've ever seen in my life. Shirtless in this unbelievable weather. And he's like going down a luge full of snow to push it all out.
Why shirtless?
Just because they're Buffalo Bills fans and they're ready for it. They're here for it. And they're trying to see if they can get everything on for tonight. And it'll be interesting to see if they're able to do that or not. But as of not that long ago, I saw the Bills posted on Twitter/X. It says, game day in Orchard Park, we still need shovelers to help get Highmark Stadium ready for today's Super Wild Card game. And the photograph of the stadium is beautiful and end of the world-ish at the very same time. I mean, it's like the sun rising over Buffalo, and then you just see what a mammoth task they've been facing all day long trying to clean this out. Let's take a peek at this for the folks watching on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. You see, like, it's a stunning photo, but it's also a lot of work before that turns into an actual football field. And they're doing the best they can out there. Will they pull it off? Only one way to find out when the game goes live tonight. There are a lot of people working on that and doing their best. Love that. Love you, Bills fans. And be safe out there, please. Because as people go do this stuff, trying to watch football games or over in Iowa, getting out in the caucuses, it's no joke. It's like -5 to -10 is how it feels outside in some of these places. And that's just, you can barely exist in that. I did find.
Talk to the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to do anything, much less play football when it's that cold. But one thing I did pick up living in Chicago for 5 years was you can't so much feel the difference between like 5 degrees and negative 5 degrees. It's just cold as hell. And the thing that actually happens, like legitimately happens, is even on the coldest of days, I used to walk the 2 miles home from the Tribune Tower after work, mostly because I didn't have a car and I didn't feel like taking, the L. And when I would get home, one day I forgot my gloves at work. And I had my coat on. I had my hands on my coat the whole time. It was about 8-9 degrees outside. And I got back to my house and I pulled my hands out of my coat and they were like claws. And I couldn't move them. I had to like thaw them out like I was an iguana or something before I started functioning again. And I go, oh, okay. Hey, maybe that was a really bad idea and I should not be doing that. So be safe out there, as bad as it gets. Trump was taking some fire. He's doing his thing, trying to get the people come hell or high water.
Captain.
He wants people to vote. He's like, even if you pass away, it's worth it. And then he started getting heckled, I guess. Somebody screaming at him, letting him have it. I don't even know what they were mad about.
Donald Trump claims to speak for my generation.
Oh, that was squeakies. Wait, hold on.
Was somebody saying shut up?
Shut up!
It seems like the same person.
Yeah, it's the same kind of voice. One is yelling at Trump, and the other one seems to be yelling, shut up. I'm not sure if they're yelling at the heckler. Let's go back.
Donald Trump claims to speak for my generation. It's so loud. My oil and gas billionaires.
Oh, my God.
This is my nightmare.
Please, will you fight for us?
All right.
That person's in distress.
You need to work on your messaging a little bit, because when you only have so much time to scream crazily at a televised event, Donald Trump claims to speak for our generation. You need to shift delete that one. That needs to go. You got to get to the point. That's why people who chant have such success.
Right.
Because the chant sticks with you because it gets to the point.
Hell no, we won't go. What a classic that is.
Hell yeah.
You know that they're angry, and whatever it is, they're not going. Right? You get right to it. But she was unfurling a book for us there. It's like it was on a scroll. And I go, I only know about half what you're saying. You might be totally right. I could be on your side, but it's hard to understand what's going on here. Before we get to these dispatches, I want to throw something back down onto the table. I've bitched about this before. Excuse me. I cannot believe that I'm going to have to bitch about this again. We need to do something about our 911 system in the United States of America.
Oh, what do you mean, Sean?
Okay. I know that they're doing some good things. For instance, in some jurisdictions, when you call 911, they can text you a link, and that link will connect them directly with your phone so they can see what's going on where you are and gather more information from the scene. This is good. This is a good thing. I think that could help out, maybe even save some lives somewhere. However, and this is not a new phenomenon, this has been going on for over a decade, well longer than that, even probably 20 years this has been happening. People are able to spoof phone numbers. We can stop that if we want to. The phone companies could 1,000% stop that if they wanted to. You could spoof phone numbers. You could use Google Voice numbers anonymously. You could use all of these other things. And what people do is they do what's called swatting, right? They call up somebody. Say I was a monster and I wanted to swat C-Lane. I would call 911 and I would say I was from C-Lane's address and I would say there's been a murder here and it's going to be another one when you pigs arrive, right? And you leave that to 911 and they go, oh my God, officers, respond. There's a murderous man at this house who's already killed once. And he might kill again. C-Lane doesn't know what's going on. He's playing with Jackson and enjoying himself, having a great time.
Yeah.
The cops show up and they think that he's a murderer. This happens time and time again, and it's resulted in deaths. People have died as a result of swatting in the past. Mostly it's just a giant inconvenience and a big giant scare, but also can lead to deaths. This can be stopped. Nobody seems to have the appetite for stopping it. It's one of the most dangerous things about bullying online right now. And you know when it's very clear that you have a major problem with swatting when you see the latest target of swatting as of today?
Oh, tell me it's children.
No. No, it was one particular location.
Oh.
Yeah, one particular location that got swatted this
White
morning.
House.
The White House got swatted this morning. And somebody actually swatted the White House. They said, there's a fire. Oh, my God. Send everybody. This is a catastrophe. And there were fire trucks and police officers and all these different vehicles, emergency vehicles everywhere, swarming the White House because they were swatted. They went to trace the number back. It was somebody who said, I don't know what you're talking about. This didn't come from my phone. And they said it was somebody who was spoofing that phone number. My God, it's not rocket science. We need to fix this so the swatting stops. It's really bad. Okay, when we come back, we'll hear from you, and we'll get into the first dispatches of the week. Also, the big wild card game, the AFC wild card game, was on Peacock, and some people were very mad about that. How did this pan out for Peacock? They spent over $100 million getting this exclusive game. All the boomers thought, I don't know how to watch this. Watch it on an app. I got to stream it. What am I going to do here?
A lot of the bars said, we can't show it. They were charging like $500 a TV or something like that.
Were they really?
Oh, yeah. And there was rumors that people like Peacock police were going around. And so it was an S show on Saturday.
All right. Well, let's get into all of that and then how it worked for Peacock. What happened behind the scenes, all the numbers. We've got those. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, everybody. Good Monday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather for the rest of the day. A lot of clouds around, rising rain chances. Those chances peaking through the evening at about 60%. Scattered showers, perhaps a rumble of thunder. That's pretty much it. Mostly cloudy tonight. Showers through late evening. 60% coverage. Low 60s for the overnight. And on our Tuesday, looks like we've got the potential for pockets of heavier rain. 70% coverage under a mix of sun and clouds initially, but rain chances coming up Tuesday as well. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's MVP Pro Rewards members get a free lunch during MVP bonus days at Lowe's of West Orlando on January 25th. Plus, big savings on tools and more. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros.
Folks, your air conditioner, maybe your heater that you're trying to use to stay warm this week as it gets nice and cold, you want it to work perfectly every single time. You deserve that. You work hard. You deserve to be nice and comfortable in your own home. This is why if you have any issue whatsoever, things don't seem to be working right, you call up Mills Air. This is one of those companies where you're going to get a human on the other end, actual person. It'll talk to you, set up an appointment with one of their great techs. Mills Air techs are the best. They're so well informed. They know how to talk to you when it comes to conveying the information about what's wrong with your AC. Here's what's going on. Here's what the future looks like for you. And here's what we could do to solve this problem. They're about solving problems over at Mills Air. Their techs can service any brand out there, so don't worry. And they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means Mills Air can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's their number, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm McCoffin & Lind in the Under Oath podcast. You listen to a lot of attorney commercials, normally concerning the qualifications of that firm, that they will fight for you, that they don't get paid unless you get paid. Instead of doing a commercial, I'm just going to give you some free advice. If you get into a car accident, make sure you receive medical treatment from a doctor within 14 days. If not, the insurance companies can hold you responsible for the first $10,000 of your medical treatment. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
It's happened around my neighborhood, but something that happened for the NFL game exclusively on Peacock this weekend. How did it go? How many people watched? Was it a gigantic fail for Peacock? Were people going around banging on doors trying to see if they were legally streaming it? We got all kinds of stuff to talk about, but I do have a new favorite, absolutely favorite pastime. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and you might say I'm a creeper, but I really enjoy it.
Okay.
And I did it again last night.
Oops.
And that is, I love eavesdropping on first dates when we go out somewhere. Oh my God, I love it so much.
That's not creepy. I feel like it's just a natural human reaction. It's just how you stare at them is what could put you in the creep zone.
Yeah, I didn't even look at them. I was only because they were right next to me. Last night I went to Santiago's, and it was clearly a first date right next to me on my right. And, you know, Courtney's on my left. And I hear this guy, and I'm like, oh, this is so very clearly a first date. And this dude is droning on and on and on about everything in his life. And the woman is just sitting there,
wanting to leave.
And I'm going, this ain't going well. And he doesn't seem to be picking up on it. Man, the art of talking with another person is that you both talk. You ask them questions about what's going on in their lives.
For one of your first dates.
Yes.
Kind of important.
You want to show people that you can listen too. And this guy's going on, and I'm like, I am the fly on the wall right now. I get to enjoy all of this. And then they were talking about, like, dating and how everybody is going about it these days. And I've seen so many news stories on this, especially with younger people. Younger people hate the dating apps now, apparently. They're over it. And I couldn't blame them for being over it. It seems like a nightmare. Courtney tells me stories, some good, some bad, about when she would be meeting up with somebody from one of the dating apps. And times like when it just goes south and you're like, oh, now I'm stuck here for lunch with this person the entire time who I know I have no connection with. Like, I could tell in 5 seconds, like,
When I first started dating Ashley, she was on, like, Bumble or something. Is Bumble
Bumble's one. Bumble's, I think, supposed to be more geared towards... Is that the one that the women have to say something first? Or maybe that's Hinge. It's also confusing.
Both of those seem less aggressive than Tinder, though. I think that would probably
Tinder
be accurate
a lot of time is not for dating.
Just for it's for all of it. I'm sure there's obviously couples I'm sure that met on Tinder that are now happily married and forever couples. But what happened in her situation?
I saw her like checking it once when we were like really new. I was like, she's was a Bumble. I don't know that she ever like actually went on any dates because I scooped that up pretty fast.
Good.
Nice move. Yeah. It just seemed like it was falling apart right next to me. And boy, do I love listening to that. A lot of people were wanting to watch the big wild card game out of the AFC. And a lot of people just couldn't get the Dolphins and the Chiefs on their televisions. How do I work this thing? Slapping the sides of the TV.
The Wall Street Journal is calling the Peacock game the NFL's digital butt fumble.
Oh, really? They say it was bad? I'm seeing bad and good. Honestly, I am.
Yeah, well, it was good for the NFL because they got... was this a deal that the NFL paid Peacock or Peacock paid to be exclusive?
Peacock pays the
Right.
NFL.
So the NFL's just fine.
Yeah, Peacock paid well over $100 million for one game, one exclusive game. And shockingly, I don't know why they would be so proud of this, but NBC News in their coverage of this was just glowing. It was the biggest live stream event in U.S. history.
Oh, in the history of the United States. Good for them.
They said it drove internet usage to a single-day U.S. record, which that sounds kind of crazy to me if that's actually true.
I would want to know what was second. What's runner-up now?
It doesn't mention here, I don't think. It says
award show of some type.
Viewers flocked to Peacock, setting records for the most streamed live event in U.S. history and driving the internet to its largest U.S. usage ever on a single day and the largest internet event ever, consuming 30% of internet traffic during the game. You cannot say that the NFL is not massive. They said 28 million viewers tuned in on this Peacock stream. The average audience peaked at nearly 25 million viewers from 9:15 to 9:30. And then I didn't hear about what you guys were both mentioning, like the bars couldn't figure it out and it was real expensive for them or something.
Yeah, it was. I was out and about catching the last bit of like the Cleveland game. And then you could see like the frustration. And then all rumors start like, hey, the place down the street's going to be showing it. Oh, wait, never mind, because the place right next door just got in big trouble, and the fines were, supposed to be in the thousands, if not high hundreds of dollars. And everyone was really upset because the way that they went about getting bars to stream it was like either very, very expensive or just like hard to coordinate, even if you wanted one TV. But, I think we found ourselves in the similar conversation where people were going around and like, you're going to get in big trouble. And we have like auditors and people looking like patrons, but really they're tattletales. So everyone was scared to do, and that makes sense. But it took away from business for sure.
I wonder how many of those people were actually out there looking around, trying to discover if a bar was airing Peacock's game illegally.
I don't know, but I know it did affect business because I know We didn't watch it, but we had friends that were going to come over, and then they're like, no, we're going to stop by X and watch the game. And they're like, just kidding, X doesn't have the game. We're going to check out here. Oh, they don't have the game. We're going here.
Oh,
and
damn.
I never heard the end of that. But that means at least two places lost their business because they didn't want to deal with the Peacock game.
What did the Wall Street Journal say went wrong with it? Because obviously NBC very unbiased. They're the same company that owns Peacock, but they said it went swimmingly. What did the Wall Street Journal say went so poorly here?
Let's see. I haven't read this whole thing. It's huge, and so
it's like a massive piece.
It's a big old piece.
Big old hunkin' article. Is it hunkin' or honkin'? Big old honkin'?
I think
what people say.
Honkin'. It's like a honkin'.
Honk.
Hunkin' sounds like pumpkin. That can't possibly be right. I also saw, and this was kind of fun to think about, you folks in Buffalo, man, you are on one right now. And they told people in Buffalo, you're on like a lockdown. You got to stay home. Because last time there was a big winter storm like this, I guess everybody tried to get out, and there were disabled vehicles everywhere, all over the streets, and emergency vehicles and the power company and such. It was hard for them to maneuver because of all these disabled vehicles that got kind of frozen in. And now they said, stay home. Don't go anywhere. You're fine. We're going to have to wait this thing out. But they wanted to get this game done. They're trying to, even at the last minute now, get the game going. And they said the Pittsburgh Steelers were arriving, and they got them into the airport, right? Which was like, a really big thing, okay? They had to get there for 4:30 p.m. or so, and they got them into the airport. And then now they got to get them from the airport to the stadium. So how do you do that, right? And they had an escort from a snowplow.
Oh,
so
cool.
They had like a snowplow in front of them the whole way, just hauling ass and getting them where they needed to get to the stadium. And I'm sure, back to the hotels and all of that stuff. It is just a mess across the country on Martin Luther King Day. Let's go over to you. Send us a dispatch. Join us on the show today. Here's Big T talking about Martin Luther King Day.
Good after morning news junkies.
Hey.
So yeah, unfortunately for me, I rolled up to work today and me and my boss kind of figured out after like 20 minutes that, oh yeah, today is a holiday. Well, I guess we're here already. Might as well work. Hey, holiday pay is always good though. So hope everyone has a great week. And with that, Big T out. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop, peace.
That's a painful one. I did all sorts of stuff like that in my head this weekend. On Saturday, I said to Courtney, I was like, is this Sunday? And she goes, no, it's Saturday. I'm like, yeah, bonus day. Nice. I thought it was Sunday. We get tomorrow's Sunday. And then yesterday, I thought it was Saturday for a while. Give and take. Those moments, you really feel like you lost something. Big T, you could have slept in this morning, for God's sake. Man Kickin' joins us about voting, the caucus, and all of that.
As soon as I get done moving this 20 inches of snow that fell since last Monday, then maybe I'll go vote in the caucus. Yeah.
Do it.
Who knows who I'll vote for?
Even if you pass away.
Even if you're sick.
Are you about to die? Go vote in the caucus.
Even if you're on your deathbed. You know who calls the shots. Get out there and get voting. Here's I'm a PC, and it says Trump, Lord Farquaad.
Did Trump really just pull the Lord Farquaad? Some of you may die, and that's a price I'm willing to pay. Because that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it's very, very close to that. Join us with your comments. What do you think about what's going on? Who do you think is going to win in Iowa? What do you think about this insane weather on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day? Let us know with the dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. You know what's crazy? I don't know if you have any interest in buying this. Either one of you, is it on your radar to perhaps buy the Apple Vision Pro?
No, I know they started taking pre-orders, like, what was it, last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or was it this week?
I think it was starting last week, but...
The thing that I saw that I was kind of interested in, because I'm definitely not buying one, but I would really love to try one. And they're going to have, like, I don't know if you make appointments or what. They're going to have a couple at the Apple stores that people can try out. Yeah. And all I can imagine is the last time I went to pick up my Apple Watch, and it was the same day they dropped an iPhone, and the line was just insane stupid. I would never want to wait that long in the middle of a mall, bored standing. Ugh, none of that.
Yeah,
none of that
no good.
appeals to me.
It officially comes out on February 2nd, but here's the thing. It's going to be even worse than what you're describing, C-Lane, because it takes like an hour to buy one of these things, an Apple Vision Pro, because you got to fork over $3,499, which that's a lot of money.
How do we already know how long it takes to buy it?
Because this article from Bloomberg today says when you're about to purchase one, they have you do a demo to show you how to use it that lasts as long as 25 minutes. And it's like a whole process of purchasing this thing. They said it has limited battery life, an unwieldy design, and no killer app. But here it goes. The Vision Pro 2 debuting on February 2nd.
Who's saying this?
This is Bloomberg that I'm reading from.
So they either have an insider at Apple that knows that it's going to be 25 minutes to show you how to use it, or what do they already have their hands on one?
That's the last thing I want to do. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I just want to be in and out and let me figure it out myself.
Yeah, me too. That's how I like to buy it.
Most of the people who would be early adopters of the Apple Vision Pro, and they're paying, what did you say, $3,500?
$3,499.
So most of the people who would drop that amount of money on this toy, because maybe down the line, a handful of years, this will be a production maniac. You know, you're doing all kinds of different computers, and you have your virtual space to get a lot of cool stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe right now it's a toy, and the people who are going to buy it, I don't think they need 25 minutes to be walked through it like a baby. You know, like just give it to them and let them figure it out.
Oh, look, I'm sure if you walked in there and you said, here's the money, I want it right now, I'm leaving, I'm sure that they would do that. But what they would like to do is they like when somebody comes in to introduce them to it, to show them all of the features and the potential of the Vision Pro. And then they take their $3,500 and say, see you later. Good luck in the virtual world. Man, that's pricey. Like that is very pricey compared to, what's the big competitor called again? The one that Facebook bought?
Oculus.
Oculus. The Oculus is not nearly that expensive, right?
Yeah, that's because Facebook offsets the cost by selling all your information.
Right.
Oh, cool. Cool. I like that. Everybody else is selling my information.
By the way, you'll be able to show everybody what you see, but we're going to sell everybody what you see.
Uh-huh. Why
Every
not?
single bit.
Oh, my God. What a world we're living in. We want to hear from you. Would you buy one of these? That's quite expensive for a virtual reality headset when a lot of the alternatives are much cheaper, but they're maybe not as impressive.
Do you guys have a person in mind, like a friend of yours that you think will be the first friend that goes, hey, I got one. You want to check it out?
No, I don't know anybody who's going to buy one.
I do, but it's not really my friend. I wouldn't be surprised if my dad bought it.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, he's big on the tech
That
stuff.
or he'll find like the equivalent in Japan that he found on eBay that barely works and he has to tinker with himself.
My God, I wasn't prepared for this. Now I'm ready.
Japan!
There we go.
My bad.
Anyhow, those are out there on the market as of February 2nd. Just have a little extra time in your schedule to get yours when you want to pay $3,500. Okay, when we return, we'll hear from our friend Amy Kaufeld, I believe.
Yes.
She'll be joining us. We'll see what's happening with her. I know she's been watching some of the stuff happening in Buffalo with the stadium and everything that's been just piling on them beyond the snow. And we'll catch up with that and everything else we need to know. Amy Kaufeld coming up next on the News Junkie.
I have a dream, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners. Will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood? I have a dream.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's going on? I hope your holiday Monday is a great one. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, looks like your usual delay. That's I-4 east and westbound, approaching State Road 535, but not due to an incident. Actually, we're incident-free on the rest of the east and westbound lanes of I-4. No issues reported on the 408, and also the Turnpike and Greenway are clear north and southbound. Thankfully, the 429 toll as well. If you see any traffic issues, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line number at 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's MVP Pro Rewards members get a free lunch during MVP bonus days at Lowe's of West Orlando on January 25th. Plus, big savings on tools and more. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros.
If you're ready for some outdoor family fun, head to Sanford Riverwalk on Saturday, February 3rd for the Touch a Truck event. The Seminole County Office of Emergency Management is hosting this disaster equipment showcase for Severe Weather Awareness Week, where everyone can see and experience vehicles and equipment from agencies that respond during and after severe weather events and disasters. Saturday, February 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's time to touch a truck at the Sanford Riverwalk at Fort Mellon Park. Head to realradio.fm/events for more details.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio, specifically audio influencers.
Audio has been a key component for us. Our consumer is omni-channel, so we need to be omni-channel. We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio. I think using the audio influencers has been a huge component for us. Working with iHeart, we were able to really tease out the audio influencers in key markets that were authentic Chipotle fans. And because it's authentic and because they're seen as trusted friends by the customers and the listeners, it's really been an effective strategy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Very local. Powered by Wesh 2. Local news. Breaking news this morning. Original series and specials. I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me. 24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Save time and money with the aluminum fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $23.65. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C10252 and C10803.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
¿Lesionado por un accidente? Visita abogados.com para una consulta gratis en tu idioma.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
For us to talk with our good friend Amy Kaufeld over at Fox 35. There she is.
Amy.
Happy Monday.
Hey, have you traveled this weekend, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I got like 4 hours of sleep last night.
Oh no!
Just bear with me.
Bless your soul.
Were you somewhere where it was absolutely as bad as some of this snow I'm seeing?
So it was crazy. So we were in Dallas this weekend for a water polo tournament. So we get there on Friday. It was beautiful. It was like 60s. Then Saturday, same thing, beautiful, like 60s. We went in to watch a couple games. We come out and it was 30. And then by the time we woke up Sunday morning, it was down to 14. It was like brutal cold. But we got out just in time. I think they did get a couple of inches of snow like last night, this morning, but we got out just in time. Have you guys seen the images coming out of Buffalo?
Yes. Yeah. It's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is bad. By the way, we're on in Dallas, so our friends over there.
Hey, Dallas.
They hear you going through that. But Buffalo, and we're on in Rochester, so huge Buffalo fans. And I'm watching this stadium. I saw you just tweeted out, I think, the video where somebody filmed inside the stadium. It's like a snow globe or something.
It's crazy, Sean. And then like I wish they would have stayed on the view of the field a little bit longer, because it looks to me like you could see as the plows were coming through the field, it looks like the snow down in the field is like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet deep. It is nuts. I don't know how they're going to play this game. 4:30 today is when it's scheduled for, and they sound like they're going to play, but I don't know how they're going to do it.
What's amazing to me is that this is not their first rodeo, not even their 10th or 20th, and they still have not changed the stadium at all. Like
why is there not a dome over it? Sabrina, you bring up such a good point. I'm like, if you're in a town like Buffalo, right? Like you would just think, oh, we should probably put a dome. I mean, Kansas City, look at those guys were playing and it was like, I don't know, like 100 degrees below zero.
That was hard to watch,
that was crazy too.
It looks miserable when it's that cold out there. And I don't care what heaters you got for your helmets. They're probably wrapping it up right now at that game. If they got the game off, obviously, because we're airing later in Rochester. But man, it's just been amazing to see. And the Buffalo fans are so hardcore that they get out there and they're like, all right, we're going to shovel snow. We're going to do it with our shirts off. And it
was crazy. They were paying them like, I don't know, like some ridiculous, like 20. Can you come out for $20? I'm like, how do you even get to the stadium in the first place? I don't even know how you get on the road and get your car there. Right? And where are you going to park? I mean,
these are very resourceful people. They're making their way to the stadium come hell or high water, snowmobiles.
They're the life finds a way crew.
Yeah, exactly.
For your Dallas listeners, by the way, we stopped at this facility called the Star, which is in Frisco. And this is the things that Jerry Jones can buy. So this is a facility that the Dallas Cowboys used to practice in. And it is incredible. Like, there's like a full like football field in front of it that kids can just play on. And then, the players play inside, and they have like restaurants and shops. And anyway, for those who live in the Dallas area, I was really impressed. It was beautiful.
Yeah, very cool. There's so many nice things in Dallas, and like the community around football. It was comparable, obviously, to what we see in some of these other cities where they go absolutely nuts for this stuff. Even when you lose, it's like, okay.
Yep.
It's still fun to go through all of this, I guess. Well, you're back. You got 4 hours sleep, and here you are at it again. What grabs your attention this morning, Amy Caulfield?
Well, we're working on a couple big stories today, and one of them, I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch this morning, but we've had two deadly Brightline versus vehicle crashes just within a couple of days each other last week. 3 people killed in all. The first crash, their reports are that the driver went around the car in front of him and then around the crossing arms and then directly into the path of the train.
Ooh.
And in the second case, again, video shows that the car went around the crossing arms and into the path of the train. So we're up to, I think the story we had this morning, up to a little over 100 impacts between Brightline trains and vehicles. And in every single case, it was either the pedestrian or the vehicle or the driver's fault. Whether it be somebody who just wasn't paying attention. Sometimes it's suicide, which is horrific. I can't imagine what that would be like for the train engineer, or just drivers just blatantly going around why would you ever go around a crossing arm? I don't understand what people are thinking.
I've never done that personally in my entire life, and I don't see why people would, but it's more insane that you're saying that people are not only doing that, but at the same exact crossing, they're doing that.
Twice. Yeah. So twice in 1 week at this particular crossing in Melbourne. So NTSB is investigating. We're expecting to get a report with a little more detail in a couple of weeks. But in the first case, it was a man driving and 2 women and a child in the car. He was killed. The 2 women and the child were injured. And in the second case, both people in that car died. So it's just, to me, it's not worth the risk. And I don't know how, do we need a better PSA campaign? Do we need, I don't know, bigger crossing arms so that there's no way for you to go around them? There's got to be something.
The latter is probably the best move because the PSA clearly has not helped. And we had, at some point, those were playing like every single commercial break we had and still nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's on the tracks.
It's not a small thing we're talking about. It's a train, for God's sake. I wonder if there's visibility issues at this particular spot where...
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the surveillance video, and we have it up online, you can see in this the first case where the driver went around the car in front of him and then around the crossing arms, there is a building that would be blocking the view that you wouldn't be able to see the oncoming train. But I'm like, still, are you going to be like, oh, I'm sure the crossing arm is wrong? Like, I just, like, who takes that risk? I just don't. I don't know.
And, well, the people that take that risk, I can imagine, are assuming it goes as slow as all the other trains you're used to. Like whether they're cargo or your Amtrak, but it was the first time over the holiday break that I actually saw the Brightline cross, and yes, it does go significantly faster.
It does?
Yeah, they're fast. I think in some cases up to 100 miles an hour, depending on, where they are in the track and where they're headed. But yeah.
I know, but am I crazy here? I feel like it's easy. In my life, I've had zero problems with this. I feel like one of the easiest deaths to avoid is a train, like a train is not, like, it's loud. We've got all sorts of infrastructure that warns you about this, and yet here we are. It's like it's very surprising to me. What else is on your radar?
So this is a story that's gone viral, and maybe you guys have seen this. We have it up on our website. I'll pull it so you guys can see it. Have you guys seen the lady on the scooter on I-95 in Miami?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, here it is.
Of course.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So can you see her there?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that we pulled up from Storyful, which they just get the craziest stories. So it says in the video, the woman can be seen looking over her shoulder before she merges into the driver's lane. And the driver is like, are you serious?
My God.
And this is not also the first time that we've seen it. What's amazing to me is, like, I've used those scooters and they will completely stop working when you're in a particular part of downtown, for example.
Because they're battery powered, right? Like, what if you run out of battery?
And GPS powered, so it's like this is not a zone that you could be riding a scooter in, and they'll stop it.
True.
But they seem to not have that in the highway section.
Okay, but how fast do they go, Sabrina? That would be my other question.
Like 8 miles an hour, maybe.
Can you
tops.
imagine trying to merge on 95?
No.
With going 8 miles an hour?
Yeah,
I mean, she's lucky to be alive.
Did she get in trouble?
Insane. No, I don't think they caught her, at least not according to the story. It says the guy said he decided to pull out his phone and start recording her when he was like, oh my gosh, this lady is really going to pull out in front of me. He says he was just cruising along and here comes this lady on her electric scooter. And she's like, but the funny part is, can you imagine she's like looking over her shoulder, like, oh, just making sure that I'm
just
not
driving
run
safe.
into anybody.
I don't even know why you would get in an actual car lane and not just stay on the shoulder. But
yeah, that's a good point.
Good luck.
That's a good point.
We could
That's
probably just
crazy.
land on don't do this at all, right? We can probably just land on scooters, not for I-95. Best to avoid.
It's nuts. It's nuts. We have a big launch coming up this week. This is a crewed launch. Like, I know now, like, everybody's like, oh, another SpaceX rocket, whatever. But this is actually a crewed launch. This is the Axiom 3. It's going up on Wednesday at 5:11, Cape Canaveral, Launch Pad 39B. And this one is carrying up an all-European astronaut crew. So they're heading up to the ISS. Kind of cool. I mean, it's just something different. And so we're looking forward to that. We'll be carrying that live for you coming up. And then you guys know that the ULA launch that we were talking about last week, that remember with it had the little moon lander?
Yes.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It was such
right?
a bummer. I felt bad about that.
Wait, was that the one that also had people's ashes in it?
The ashes. Yeah,
So
that
that's
also
just
didn't make it.
Now, so those are just in space forever?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they have a way to bring it back. Okay. Right? And
Well,
it's
there you
just
go.
but at least you're in space. I mean,
Right.
it's like you made it.
Of all the things to kind of wrangle, if you had a big space net and you're picking up old satellites and stuff, I think ashes would be the hardest to we just leave them up there.
Oh, that's too bad. Because we were going to have a shot at going to the moon with that. We're going to have a shot with another company that was a private company that was going to do this. And then NASA was supposed to head to the moon, and they've even stalled that. So
yeah, they pushed that back. Yeah, they're having some issues trying to get everything organized. Don't you guys think it's funny, like that back in the 60s they did it? Like, have we just overcomplicated everything? Like that we can't, here it is 2023 and we're like, oh, I don't know, we can handle this. We're going to I just don't understand. Like they were talking about, the heat shield. I thought we fixed the heat shield during the back in the Shuttle Challenger had those issues. Remember, these are this is stuff I thought had already been figured out.
I think Columbia was the heat shield. Challenger was those O-rings.
Challenger was the O-ring. Yeah, you're right.
all of this is perfect fodder for the moon conspiracy people who go, oh, we still can't do it in 2024. It's like, oh, boy, here we go. All right. Lovely to speak with you as always.
Get some sleep, Amy Kay.
I know. Are you able to get a nap in today?
I'm going to go home and take a nap.
Nice. There you go. All right. Be safe, and we'll talk to you next week.
Love
Amy.
y'all.
Love you,
There she
Amy.
goes.
Bye, Amy.
See you soon.
The amazing Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. Make sure you're waking up each and every day with the whole crew at GDO if you're here where we're originating from. And it's Fox 35. And the website's for everybody, no matter where you're listening right now. It's a great, great news source. I use it getting ready for the show every single day. Fox35Orlando.com. We're back in just a moment. A church is in huge trouble. And I don't think they did anything wrong. I don't understand why they would be under fire for this, but I'll explain what happened. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's going on? I hope your holiday Monday is a great one. And right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando, it looks like your usual delay. That's I-4 east and westbound, approaching State Road 535, but not due to an incident. Actually, we're incident-free on the rest of the east and westbound lanes of I-4. No issues reported on the 408, and also the Turnpike and Greenway are clear north and southbound. Thankfully, the 429 toll as well. If you see any traffic issues, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line number at 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, home of the Money Today guarantee. Can't wait weeks for your tax refund? Then don't. At Jackson Hewitt, get money today if you're approved for a no-fee refund advance loan on a prepaid card. Book today at jacksonhewitt.com. No-fee refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Mortgage brokers are better. Why, you ask? Well, they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks that are competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like That Mortgage Guy Don. And That Mortgage Guy Don is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. Now, we all know the process of shopping for a mortgage can be confusing and complicated and so frustrating you don't even want to start, but it's none of those things when you're working with Don. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, and you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to the website right now, thatmortgageguydon.com, and see it is very easy to navigate through. It is chock full of information for you, and any question you have direct access to the expert himself. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
What'd your mom pack you for lunch?
Let's see, a turkey sandwich, chips, and... Oh, fresh from Florida strawberries.
I'll trade you for some string cheese.
Sure, here's my sandwich and my chips.
No, I want the Florida strawberries.
Seriously? No way.
Can I throw in my juice box?
You can throw in your lunchbox. You're not getting my Florida strawberries.
Pack the snacks your kids want to eat. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
How about my new sneakers?
Nope.
These earbuds?
Nope.
My backpack?
Nope.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways, it's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
It's been said that good fences make good neighbors. Your friends at Fence Outlet couldn't agree more. Whatever style, whatever color, just share your ideas. And your friends at Fence Outlet will have the right application for you. For quality fences at the best prices, go to fenceoutlet.com.
License number C10252 and C10803.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, my name's Jay Shetty, and I'm the host of On Purpose, the #1 health podcast in the world. Join me this week as I chat with Michelle Obama, a woman of immense strength and grace. Tune in as we navigate through the chapters of her life, uncovering the moments that have contributed to her inspiring story.
What keeps me up are the things that I know. The war in the regions. What is AI going to do?
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Luther King Jr. Day. We hope all is well in your world, and we appreciate you for hanging out with us today. As always, if you missed any of the show, don't forget, you can go over to thenewsjunkie.com, create an account while you're there, and you'll see where all the podcast links are, and we'd appreciate if you subscribe so you can keep up with everything over there. Or just keep listening, whatever works for you, that's fine by us. Meanwhile, in this cold, we've got a church that is in big trouble in Illinois, and the bitter cold is ripping through the state of Illinois, including Edwardsville, and they said that a local church is being penalized for sheltering the homeless. They are being fined.
How dare they?
Not allowed to do that?
$750 fine every single day for opening their doors to those in need. And they said a man lost both his feet in Edwardsville to the cold 2 years ago, which surprises me 0%. I remember there's one thing that tends to happen that a lot of people don't think of. It's like the hobo migration that happens each year. A lot of homeless people make their way from very cold areas down to the southeast or places where they can be okay during the winter. That happens, but not all of them. And in Vermont, I remember seeing homeless people all the time, and they would have their noses would be like these big purple masses because they get frostbite and stuff. There's just outside in the elements for a lot of the time. Even if they go to the shelter at night, just being exposed that much, a lot of them had all kinds of problems.
Well, what law is the church breaking? Is it a specifically homeless law? Are they finding some sort of zoning thing to kind of stick them with so they stop doing this?
Yeah, you got it right there. It's a zoning violation. They said the church is refuting that claim, claiming a special permit was issued in 1969 that allows the ministry to house the community, meaning it could provide shelter to those in need under that mission. So they've been going at it back and forth. Some of the neighbors aren't really thrilled with the church, but come on. I mean, what do you think a church is going to do? There's a church literally doing what their principal core foundational values should be, helping human beings who are freezing on the streets. It's like, if you're mad about that, I don't know what to tell you. Could it be inconvenient for neighbors? It could be. It definitely could be. You don't want necessarily an onslaught of homeless people around your neighborhood. Nobody would. I wouldn't. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, but would you want that over a bunch of homeless people's dead bodies when you walk around?
I think a person that says otherwise to that, it's like, all right, you're not being realistic. And you might be able to say, hey, there's plenty of facilities in the city that can help these people out. They don't need to go to the church. They can go to the other facilities that the city is providing. Because there is this misnomer that in a lot of cities, most major cities, homeless people are without some sort of safety net. And I think that's so messed up to all of these great organizations out there, both city organizations, state organizations, and private organizations that provide resources for these people, including doing things like going out and getting coats and boots and making sure there's shelter area available. There are beds in the shelters for people who are homeless. There's plenty of facilities in most advanced cities for these folks. But still, if there's somebody right there, they can't find a way that night. It's 11 o'clock and the church is the only place for them to go. They're living up to the word of God. They're living up to the Bible and the right way of living to help your fellow man and bring them in on an incredibly cold day. And honestly, I don't find any problem with that. Of course, I say that getting to be not next to that church, but I like to think I'd say the same thing regardless. We're going to go over to you and see what you have on your mind. I see that we brought up Apple and the Vision Quest Pro or whatever that thing is, Vision Pro. And that means
Quest,
the Seychelles.
You're combining Apple with Oculus because the Quest is over on the Oculus side.
They have a Vision Quest or they have a Oculus Quest?
I think it's just the Oculus Quest. There's also the Oculus Go. There's a couple models.
There's too many of these damn things out there. They're getting more impressive, though. But if we talk about Apple, that means Seychelles is going to respond. It's like a Beetlejuice situation.
Hello, the news junkie.
He's going to tell us all about Samsung has done this so many times, Sean. You're just an Apple fanboy.
Good afternoon, the news junkie, Sean, C-Lane, and my lovely Sabrina. First of all, I want to wish you all a happy New Year.
You too.
And then, Sean, you're always talking about Apple products and how much they are all expensive. That is true because Apple knows how to rip you guys off. But now, Samsung has just came out with a new drone phones. Have you seen it?
No.
It's really amazing. And
Drone
also
phones?
they're coming out with the new S24, which has AI capabilities. Wow. Not to mention the award-winning cameras and the stuff that it can do. I can show you I have an S23 and I'm turning it in for a S24 when it comes out in about a month time.
All right.
This message has been brought to you by a Samsung Europe.
Thank you. What a soldier for Samsung he is.
Samsung does have like a VR headset, and I like when I hear that the Oculus models can be around a couple $100, and then the Apple one is $3,500. And then the Samsung one is $30. I tend to think, I'm like, what am I missing here?
Yeah, what's happening? Is this are you trying to screw me over somehow?
I'm seeing this Samsung drone camera phone, and I'm trying to. Oh my gosh, there's like little propellers that slide out of it.
No, there's no way.
The phone itself, I don't think flies, but I think it's got a tiny little drone that lives inside it.
Send me if you got a link.
I'll show you the link.
That's pretty incredible if they have that. I mean, not that I want my phone flying away. I'd rather it stay tethered to me if possible. Brofro has a solution to this train problem that we're facing, where people keep getting hit by the train.
Why the hell aren't there any fire engine sounds when the crossing gates come down that are so piercing you're going to stop, or something that disables your electric car or something? But something needs to scare the hell out of people to not try to pass.
I love how people do this. Brofro, nothing against you at all, because this is a normal human response. It's actually showing that you have empathy and you want to help people out. But we don't need a fix for this, okay? What went wrong? The train went where it was supposed to go. It was on the tracks. It went in the right direction that it was supposed to go. The gates dropped down, alerting any vehicles nearby that a train was approaching. All of the things happened that were supposed to happen. Somebody just decided to go around the gates. They went around the barriers. Two different people did that in their vehicles, and they got hit by trains. We need bigger barriers. No, we have barriers and we have rules, and these people didn't follow the rules, and they got hit by a train. Sometimes there are consequences to really stupid decisions. Even death can be a consequence of really, really just brain dead decisions that you might make, like the brain dead decision to drive around a barrier. But what we do as Americans in particular, this isn't even just like a Western thing. This is a super American thing. We have to perfect this system. So even the lunatics who might try to drive around a plane or a train barrier, even those lunatics who will defy all of the signs and the lights and all the noises that are going on to indicate that a train is indeed on the way, we got to make it so even they are safe in this situation as the train approaches. No, we already have a good system. It's really easy to not get hit by a train. These people are making deadly bad decisions. And do we need it's crazy that we need a campaign to remind people. Now, some of these things I think are slightly fair. Like when they talk about hey, don't walk near train tracks if you have some kind of noise canceling headphones on, or you got something where you can't hear if there's a train that's coming. Obviously, that could happen to the best of us, or at least close to the best of us. But this is simple. Just don't drive around the barriers when it says that a train is coming. Follow the instructions. You'll be okay. It's not that hard. We'll get to more of you in a moment.
So you putting it that way, and it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And yet we have this story come up every single week.
I know. I feel for people, obviously, who, if your family member dies, or like Amy said, and this gets shrugged off so much, I feel for the person driving the train. It's weird to to be the person behind
to
the
have
controls.
to see people die so often? Yes.
Yes.
There's not a lot of jobs that have that as part of the thing. You know, as part of your normal everyday thing is you could possibly see people die. Like law enforcement, fire, EMT, medical. Yeah, that comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm.
Driving a train shouldn't.
Can you imagine the first time that happens? That's got to be just shell shocking. You know,
I'm sure.
Doesn't it happen like a little bit lower though, so you kind of don't even see it?
Probably. I've never sat up there. That would be really cool, actually, to see what that perspective is like. Unless the day you try it out, the day that happens.
I wonder if they even let people have guests. You know,
just in case
VIPs, or just have the train operator has a friend. I'll show you how it works up here.
I'll tell you, it happens frequently enough that you would think they've thought about that at the very least. And how
maybe
about
on the Sunrail they let people have the guests up there.
Get up here,
the Bright Line. They're like, no.
The Sunrail ain't going fast. That thing's just limping along on the tracks. Meanwhile, the fun suckers have arrived at the federal government, and this is so dumb.
They never left.
They don't want us to have fun out here, and they now have banned any humorous messages on highways. I'm sure you've seen this before. Like, here's some of them that they've seen in the past. One in Massachusetts said, use YAH, Y-A-H, Blinka, B-L-I-N-K-A-H. Somebody said, from Ohio, it says, don't drive star-spangled hammered. Hocus pocus, drive with focus in New Jersey. Hands on the wheel, not your meal in Arizona.
Was there one in the Christmas time I saw on the turnpike? Was like, don't be blitzing.
Blitzen, yeah.
Something like that. Well,
it's a fun thing that they do. They get your attention, they put a little message on the sign, and they get their point across. And now the federal government has literally said, stop having fun.
Oh, so now the signs that are up there will just say, don't drive drunk?
Yep, that's it. They said,
because this is exactly what we were talking about with the girl that was screaming at Trump, and she had way too many words in her message to get it across successfully. Mm-hmm. Like these little things, like hands on the wheel, not your meal. They are click it or ticket. Is that humorous?
Maybe that's the actual name. Yeah. All those things. Those are fun little ways to get your attention,
and they stick with you. And maybe I should be driving safer and not eating.
It says the administration officials said overhead electronic signs with obscure meanings, references to pop culture, or those intended to be funny will be banned in 2026. Because they could be misunderstood or distracting to drivers. The agency, which is part of the U.S. Department of Transportation, says signs should be simple, direct, brief, legible, and clear, and only to be used for important information such as warning drivers of crashes ahead, adverse weather conditions, and traffic delays. So no jokes, none of that clever fun stuff. That is out in 2 years. You got 2 years to phase out the fun. Okay, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
No fun phasing here, Sean. What's coming up on the next episode? 8 Mile rapper Super MC's palms must be really sweating considering he's been arrested for murder.
Uh-oh.
Somehow CBS has found a way to continue to squeeze stuff out of that poor spin-off cow's teat. Plus, William Hung is back in the news and looks like he banged his way into a gambling problem. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
Fellas, textures are blowing us up right now. We're getting more texts than we ever have. They're affirming Russ's statement that fried bologna absolutely looks like boobs. Yes!
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, everybody. Good Monday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather for the rest of the day. A lot of clouds around, rising rain chances. Those chances peaking through the evening at about 60%. Scattered showers, perhaps a rumble of thunder. That's pretty much it. Mostly cloudy tonight. Showers through late evening. 60% coverage, low 60s for the overnight. And on our Tuesday, looks like we've got the potential for pockets of heavier rain. 70% coverage under a mix of sun and clouds initially, but rain chances coming up Tuesday as well. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. Purple mattresses are at Mattress Warehouse, so you can try before you buy. And for a limited time, All Purple adjustable sets are up to $800 off. Mattress Warehouse. Come in sleepy. Leave happy.
Get connected to Central Florida like never before with Very Local, powered by WESH 2. Stay informed with the local news team you trust. Explore original series and specials.
You are one of the most inspiring people I've ever met.
Experience new sights and new adventures with the ultimate Central Florida insiders.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now and stream like a local.
In a small Tennessee town, a killer was caught by unlikely investigators, high school students, and their teacher, Alex Campbell. Though the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation supports their theory, no charges have been filed. Murder 101 follows the students as they endeavor to complete the assignment.
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads or a few identifications, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
Listen to Murder 101 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. That's 800-915-8941.
Ugh, PB&J again.
Moms, you've got a lot on your mind. Packing a lunch shouldn't be stressful. FreshFromFlorida.com can help. They have plenty of quick, delicious lunch and snack ideas to freshen up lunchtime. Simply look for the Fresh from Florida logo where you shop for locally grown, in-season fruits and veggies to please even the pickiest eater.
PB&J again. With Florida strawberries? Thanks, Mom.
Packing lunches has never been easier. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Deep Cuts, a commercial-free station featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists. Just search Deep Cuts and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to
in the world of entertainment and beyond. Invisible Man on YouTube says, welcome to National Martin Luther King Day, or just, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Bagel Day, Hat Day, Blue Monday, which I forgot about. This, unfortunately for MLK Jr. and his estate and family, Blue Monday is where it lands, and it's supposed to be the saddest day of the year.
Oh, really?
Which,
no wonder.
Yeah, I think it's because, are you guys feeling sad?
I feel sad now that I know that it's sad day.
I know, it kind of works. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy in some ways, but that's it. It's called Blue Monday. I think it's because of the length of the day and the fact that the weather usually sucks at this time of year.
And I think this is a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy or catch-22, but the people that are at work, most of their friends are not. And then they're like, oh, that's making you sad.
I miss my friends.
So I mean, it's because of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but it's not like we're sad about Martin Luther King Jr. We're just like,
I, for one, am very happy about him.
Yeah,
and I support his cause, and I appreciate the day.
All right.
End of statement.
Elementary School Teacher Day. That's another good one. Fresh Squeezed Fruit Day. Don't care about that. Pothole Day. Not sure what that is.
Wow, so you're a fruit cup guy. Got it.
Strawberry Ice Cream Day and Wikipedia Day.
Who celebrates Pothole Day?
I don't know.
I did see
the cement industry.
Invisible Man listed Bagel Day, and I did see that on my McDonald's app this morning. There was oh, there's a deal for Bagel Day, and I'm like, I don't want McDonald's bagels.
Speaking of Wikipedia Day, we were watching an old episode of Kitchen Nightmares, Courtney and I, this weekend. The one where Gordon Ramsay, he goes to restaurants and then he renovates them and tells them what they're screwing up because they're gonna close down if he doesn't help them out. It's like bar rescue for restaurants. I'm sure you've seen it at some point. And Gordon Ramsay meets this woman who supposedly works at this particular place. This might have been the hotel version of it. But he meets this woman and she hands him her business card, and on it she put Wikipedia editor. And I thought, of all the things to claim as a job, Wikipedia editor.
Listen, there are a lot of people in this world who are to the understanding that regular old civilians have nothing to do with that Wikipedia page.
I like the idea that maybe Dylan could really pad up his resume with things like this, like Wikipedia editor. I create content for YouTube, and
what's
just the things.
What's those Amazon things where they're tiny little jobs that they pay you 20 cents per job?
Mechanical Turk.
I'm a Mechanical Turk engineer
at Amazon.
Sounds cool.
It all sounds great. All right, let's get to it. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I did it. I got a cruise. All right.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up.
I got a cruise.
Yeah, all right.
Grease lightning.
You know what is kind of like a cruise, dealing with that mortgage guy, Don? Not even dealing. He's going to make it a real smooth sail when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home. If you are considering that, then you got to get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. And that's that mortgage guy, Don. You can go to the website, thatmortgageguydawn.com. Chock full of information for you, guides on how to get pre-approved, reliable mortgage information, and, of course, direct access to the man himself. So go there, plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
It was a mere 21 years ago on this day, 2003. This guy right here...
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is right. And Tom Cruise won $10 million 21 years ago.
He won $10 million?
He gained $10 million in his defamation lawsuit against gay erotic wrestling superstar Kyle Bradford.
Did Kyle Bradford, the gay erotic wrestling superstar, have the $10 million to fulfill that judgment?
I imagine he did it, and that's when he just became Kyle Bradford, gay guy, former wrestler.
Think about that business card. What is it again? Gay erotic?
Gay erotic wrestling superstar.
Nice.
Kyle
All
Bradford, who was out 10 million G's because Tom Cruise is not gay.
I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
All right, you guys? Not gay.
Who is that?
Okay.
That, I believe, is from Popstar.
Oh.
When he supported gay people, but he was not gay.
Was Popstar the never stop, never stopping? Yeah.
Great.
That was a great tagline.
Someone who is gay is this guy right here.
I got the horses in
Leonardo. Wait. Never mind. Almost got sued.
I mean, it may have done some good stuff in the past, but yes, I'm talking about Lil Nas X, and he has released a new video for J. Christ over the weekend. He received the support of the church, guys.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
All right.
he did. He got the old 2 thumbs up and the sign of the cross from the church.
What church?
The Church of Satan.
Oh.
It's official, at least with the church, has also endorsed the Montero video. And this video as well, J. Christ, calling it fantastic, said he'd love to see Lil Nas X direct a full-length movie. I don't know if that's for the Church of Satan, but the video depicts Lil Nas X as both Jesus and Noah. Noah being the truest story in the Bible, where he built a giant ship.
Yeah. Yep.
That contained 2 of every single animal in
It was
the
a big
entire
ship.
world.
It was a large ship, of course.
Physically possible, and of course, as far as how to maintain that many animals in one ship as the entire world floods.
Wow, you sound doubtful.
I am
about
not
this.
doubtful. My parents paid a lot of money for me to not doubt that story at all. Thank you
Have you
very
not
much.
seen Evan Almighty?
Yeah, and I also saw the prequel, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Who's the
Bruce
weird
Almighty.
humble brag?
Yeah.
I've seen all of the Almighties.
I like to
about
do
that?
the cha-cha.
He also schools Satan in a little one-on-one in the basketball court, just like Jesus did in the Bible. Lyrics include, "Back up out of the gravesite, bitch. I'm back like J. Christ." The Church of Satan does not actually worship Satan. It's worth putting that little factoid there. They worship the self and living life to the fullest, as Drake said, YOLO style. I'm not sure if that's on their 10 Commandments or not. But,
So who worships Satan?
just the Hollywood elite.
No, there's a difference between the Church of Satan and like actual satanic occult stuff
Right.
where people actually worship Satan, but the two get mixed up all the time. You know what I saw in this?
Understandably so.
Work on their
Yeah.
branding a little bit.
This murdered me this weekend. I was looking at some Today I Learned stuff to prepare for the end of the show today, and
Look
I
at
saw
you getting
one.
ahead of that.
I saw one and I go, oh God, I hate the person that posted this. And it said, today I learned rapper Lil Nas X got his stage name from a rapper who came before him known as Nas. And I go, oh, that makes me feel old.
Related note, I guess, as far as Satan and rapping goes, people are calling Kid Cudi satanic because he built creepy statues of himself to promote his new album. So I guess we just can't have fun anymore without it being attached to Satan.
Unbelievable.
Actually, we can have fun, and that's exactly what Ryanair did. We're familiar with Ryanair, right?
Yeah,
Ultra-budget European airline. They often go viral for some fun little shenanigans that they do online, and, of course, they're very cheap prices. Now, they are calling this latest move from Ryanair their best one yet because they have burned, scorched, and provided ointment to this gal right here. It rhymes with Helena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
That is correct, Sean. Great guess. She announced on social media that she was taking a hiatus, which is very important for everyone that is considering taking a social media hiatus. Make sure you announce it to everybody. But I also recommend maybe just sticking to it for 24 hours because there was some drama, I guess, at the Golden Globes. I imagine it's about the whispering between her and Taylor Swift, and they thought it was part of Timothy, and he's dating Kylie. And
People are so weird the way they react to stuff like this. Like, you see somebody whisper for 5 seconds. It was like that whole
blows up.
Do you remember how big it was? Who was the One Direction guy who was dating Olivia Munn for a little while?
Or Olivia Wilde.
Spit on
Olivia
somebody?
Wilde. Olivia Wilde, you're correct. And then it was like, oh, he spit on this person. And then for like 3 days, people were obsessing over this. It's so weird. The tiniest things that they turn into drama.
Now, you say that, but you did tell us early on in the show about how you were enthralled with somebody's first date banter.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Do you think there's hypocrisy on display there?
I'm not saying you're a hypocrite. I'm just saying,
Did you tweet about it, Sean?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. And I didn't say anything personal about those two people. I was just observing the fact that listening to a first date is really, if there was a podcast
I'm with you,
of
man.
people surreptitiously recording first dates,
hilarious.
I would absolutely subscribe to that in a second.
Well, it got to be so crazy that Selena Gomez said, I am out of here on Instagram. And she said that on a Tuesday. And less than 24 hours later, she was back on Instagram with a cooking video with Gordon Ramsay. So not much of a hiatus, but there's also obligations that she probably signed a contract for. So the context is that many Europeans swear that after flying Ryanair that they'll never do it again, only to be wooed by their very cheap tickets. So Ryanair comes in and swoops, saying, I'm never flying Ryanair ever again, was a person relating to Selena Gomez, and boom. Happy
Have you ever
Monday.
seen somebody booking, I know this is a weird question, a Ryanair ticket? Because
I don't think I have. No.
I saw it one time. I saw this guy on his video, and he's like, ooh, I can get a one-way flight from this place to this place on Ryanair, and it was $60, maybe even cheaper than that, like say it was $30. And so he gets the ticket, and then he had a backpack. So there was a backpack fee of $60. It was like,
damn, they have a backpack fee?
It was, you can only walk in with just your clothes. If you want to get the cheapest, most basic fee that they have, they get you every way they possibly can.
Someone that will not be flying if all the charges according to plan.
That's how I say it now, too.
Thank you very much. Is Super MC, known as one of the 8 Mile rappers.
Eminem?
Not Eminem. It's Super MC.
All right.
He was part of Eminem's 8 Mile movie.
Okay.
And now he's going to be a part of a prison system because he has been charged with murder.
Oh.
He was accused of stabbing his longtime girlfriend to death. According to TMZ, Super MC, whose real name is Jimmy Brown, was reportedly in a 13-year-long relationship with his partner, Kelly Mays, and authorities now claim he allegedly stabbed and slashed her nearly 17 times in the neck and chest.
Jesus.
Wonder what that was over. According to the report, the alleged incident took place at their Detroit apartment in early January, and when authorities arrived to the scene, they say the rapper fled the scene and later turned himself in the next day. May's daughter spoke with Fox 2 in Detroit about the death of her mother, and some words for Super MC. I hate him now, and he is no father of mine. I touched her foot, and it was cold. I have nightmares about it, so every time I fall asleep, I see it.
Wow.
So there you have it. And then, of course, Eminem's tied in because he was in the movie. This guy is also making the news. This is new to me.
William Hung.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a full circle-ish moment because he was featured at, Just Okay 6?
I think so,
7?
yes.
He sent a message to all the people there, and be sure to keep your ears and eyes peeled because we have Just Okay 8 coming up March 16th, of course, this year, and ticket information will be out soon, and there's a little plug. But William Hung, he is now admitting on having a bit of a gambling addiction.
Oh, no.
Are you familiar with this?
No, I haven't heard about this.
He said, I had my moment at the top. He told people of his musical career. My first album, Inspiration,
Did you?
was #1 independent album on the Billboard charts. He
Okay,
said.
that's pretty good.
Following his American Idol fame and his #1 album, he went on to earn a degree and an MBA in mathematics, got a job in the LA Sheriff's Department as a statistical analyst, and then he said, with all this money and fame, let me just gamble it away. What?
Can you just imagine you working at a workplace and your cubicle is right next to William Hung's every
Can you imagine
single day?
sitting at a poker table and William Hung is there?
He's across the table from you.
I would lose everything. So I guess he got divorced. He recognized that he had an unhealthy dependency on gambling. He wrote a letter addressing his addiction as part of a coping mechanism and then released that to everybody else. He has since gotten remarried, this to his third wife.
Man.
Can't even get one. Her name is Hannah, and he has returned to his old profession as a statistical analyst for the LA Sheriff's Department. And hopefully he can...
Isn't that so weird how some people are just, I'm guessing, born like that? Born like...
I don't know you could get over a gambling addiction.
I think you always struggle with it.
I thought so too.
The people who are incredibly addicted, it's just, I don't understand it because I have zero addiction to gambling at all. I don't even think about it for a moment, but the people who have that impulse control, it's very hard for them Sorry,
Oh my God,
I'll
I
stop
won't
talking.
stop.
I'm sorry, I'll leave. I'll stop talking.
I've lost myself as far as how this button works. And finally, speaking of addiction, it
Mom
seems
spaghetti.
that CBS is addicted to spin-offs and spin-offs of spin-offs. And I present to you Young Sheldon, already a spin-off, getting a spin-off. They say Young Sheldon, of course, spin-off of The Big Bang Theory, is now going to get slightly older, but not quite as old as he was on The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon.
All right.
Really
Okay,
just filling in all the timeline of Sheldon.
Yeah, this is going to be about Sheldon's brother, Georgie, and his fiancee, Mandy, played by Montana Jordan and Emily Osment. So I guess there's another Big Bang Theory spinoff in the works as well. But that's going to be a new cast of nerds. And CBS fans, get ready, because I think that's all you're going to see for the next 5 years.
Oh, Emily Osment is the younger sister of the Sixth Sense kid.
Oh, Haley Joel, I think.
Yeah, Joel.
Joel Osment. Well, look at him go. On the boob tube, we got another wild card game. The Bills. Wait, did they postpone that game? Finally,
They
or no?
did on Sunday, then it's today. Yeah,
all right, so
might be
go-
going on could be going on right this moment.
Also, Eagles and the Buccaneers, 75th Primetime Emmy Awards, America's Got Talent, Fantasy League, and everyone else on Late Night is on repeat. Follow your dreams at me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Well, on this Blue Monday, we roll on, and there's a bunch of great dispatches to touch on. Plus, we want to talk about somebody in the U.S. Air Force that's really standing out today. You don't want to miss out on this one. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your holiday Monday is a great one. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, it seems the traffic flow is mostly cooperative. Of course, your usual delay, that's I-4 eastbound, approaching State Road 535 and westbound after World Drive. Right now, there are two left lanes, that's both east and westbound, blocked at Lee Road at the intersection of I-4. Careful there. If you have any tips for us, dial our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by OrangeCountyFL.com.
Explore exciting mechanic opportunities at the Orange County Fleet Management Job Fair. Get a same-day offer plus a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Thursday, January 18th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Orlando. Learn more at ocfl.net/job fair.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Extreme Tom Keene is bankrolled by radicals. Their plan is Biden's plan. Tax more, spend more, till everything costs more. Now, Keene refuses to work with Republicans to solve the affordability crisis. Keene's cronies want to handcuff cops, release criminals, disband school resource officers, even let men play women's sports. It's crazy, it's extreme, and so is Tom Keene. But Erica Booth will fight their failed agenda. Mom, teacher, school board member. Booth will cut taxes, combat inflation, back the blue, and lower premiums by holding big insurance accountable. Send a signal to Joe Biden's Washington radicals. Vote Erica Booth this Tuesday, January 16th. Paid political advertisement paid for by the Florida House Republican Campaign Committee. P.O. Box 10307, Tallahassee, Florida 32302. The Florida House Republican Campaign Committee endorses and urges you to vote for Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Approved by Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Republicans for Florida House of Representatives.
Ford, Chevy, Ram, and GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all. And with approved credit, you won't make any payments for 3 months. Got a few bumps on your credit? Not a problem. Nations Trucks has 35 lenders willing to work with anyone. Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Visit nationstrucks.com.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind and the Under Oath podcast. A little more free advice. Any conversation you have with the insurance company after you get into an accident will be recorded. Everything you say can and will be used against you. For example, when they ask you how you're doing, these are not words of concern. These are traps to keep them from paying your medical expenses. Simply reply with, I've been told to avoid answering questions like this. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Ugh, PB&J again.
Moms, you've got a lot on your mind. Packing a lunch shouldn't be stressful. FreshFromFlorida.com can help. They have plenty of quick, delicious lunch and snack ideas to freshen up lunchtime. Simply look for the Fresh from Florida logo where you shop for locally grown, in-season fruits and veggies to please even the pickiest eater.
PB&J again. With Florida strawberries? Thanks, Mom.
Packing lunches has never been easier. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
for becoming a Secret Show subscriber. The latest to sign up for the uncensored shows at thenewsjunkie.com. Head on over there to learn more for yourself. And while you're there, create an account on the website. That'll get you all set up, and you'll be joining in with the other folks who submit dispatches and help us out doing the show here every day. Your voice is appreciated, so just takes a second, and it's free for you to set up your account. You can do that over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. With all this voting or caucusing, the stupid version of voting that is on the way today, at least in Iowa.
Still a vote, right? Like they still go to a center, they still go to a place and cast a vote?
No.
They hang out there.
They hang out and they get into
everybody
groups.
Raise your hand if you love Trump. And that's
exactly, yeah. And then they do it until they get like a super majority of folks together for one candidate, and then they submit that person as the victor from their particular spot, from their voting place. And they do that all over Iowa. Then they're supposed to send those all up through some Democratic Party institution. And they said, this is the person that won the most, and that's the person who is going to win the state of Iowa for the primaries. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. And our primary system sucks anyways. The caucuses are just the worst part of it. It's really strange that nobody has wanted to change that. But I think it's also something that Iowans, a lot of them enjoy, and they like that it's their specific thing. So they take some sort of pride in it too. One thing that I did find that was kind of interesting to see was this Gallup poll that they released, and they said 43% of you, as of the last year, are now identifying as independents, which is pretty stunning. It's going up year after year after year. The folks who are going away from the two major parties and heading over to say they're an independent. A record low 27% identify as Democrats. This is nationwide. And 27% identify as Republicans. Now, think about that for a moment. How insane is it that the entirety of every discussion, politically or otherwise, really, in the United States of America is controlled by these two teams, the Democrats and the Republicans, when more people by a wide margin identify with neither one of these parties? If that doesn't show you that we got some broken stuff out there, I don't know what does. 43% of you say you're independent, 27% say Democrats, 27% say Republicans. And it's not that you don't know, you haven't made up your mind yet. It's that you've seen what's out there and you don't like it. You don't care for it. It's not the thing that you're looking for. And you feel isolated and you feel like you're alone in the political world. And anybody new who steps up is, if you're not part of the apparatus of either the Democrats or the Republicans, is just squashed like a bug. Even if you're kind of like that, even if you're kind of close. Bernie Sanders, for all the reasons which I disagree with him, my policies and Bernie Sanders' policies would be like night and day. They're completely different from one another to do the things that I would think would be best for most Americans. But Bernie Sanders tried to do something different and tried to come at politics from a different angle, and they crushed him like a cockroach, just into the ground. Said, how dare you? We're in control around here. You either team up on one side or the other, and that's all you get. They said independents first outnumbered supporters of both major political parties back in 1991, and it's grown since then. Up and up and up it goes, and 43% of you are independents right now. Many of you are at least standing in awe from time to time of the U.S. Armed Forces. C-Lane doesn't like our military, but that's his thing.
Whoa. Don't you dare.
His battle. He's anti-military. I understand that he's got that
Never been
viewpoint.
I'm very pro-military, actually.
Oh, really? So you're
That's fine.
considering joining the forces?
No, I just appreciate them for what they do.
Sabrina, you can't even threaten that. They don't want me or C-Lane. The armed forces would.
You guys could be
right
like
back.
tech guys or something.
They wouldn't even want us for that. They'd go wherever you and C-Lane are. There are a million more 20-something people that are way more agile and their brains work better. And we're not cut for it.
I would show up and be like, "Hey, I'm here for your armed forces radio." And they'd be like, well, report to basic training. Oh, stop right there.
Whoa.
Stop right there.
Goodbye, Vietnam.
I was under the impression that this was going to be a cush radio
I
jam.
am not making it over that wall.
Operation Human Shield, not for me. But this was something pretty surprising because we now know who is Miss America 2024.
Oh, thank God.
And it is Madison Marsh, who is a 22-year-old member of the United States Air Force. The first time that has ever happened. She is the winner. And I don't know, I guess a good advertisement for our Air Force. Like if you see that.
We got hotties there.
I think that's what they'll do. They do that with the Israeli army sometimes. Look at these smoke shows that are out there fighting. Like you have a choice. In Israel, everybody has to serve. It's just part of being an Israeli citizen. You got to serve in the military. And then they'll be like, look at all these hotties that we have over here to use it as some sort of tool. They don't really need to worry about recruitment so much on their side, but we do over here because our recruitment is not doing so well these days. People aren't running to join the Army or the Navy or the Air Force. They're not proud U.S. citizens like me willing to serve their great nation.
Sea-Lane, pull that right now.
I didn't have to because my dad was a Marine, so they have this thing called skipsies, where the next generation doesn't have to do anything.
Is that the industry term?
And Dylan is supposed to, and if he doesn't, he's anti-American. So now it's out there if he doesn't want to join the armed forces. But I'm clear, free and clear. Madison Marsh not. She's the winner, though, for Miss America. That's pretty cool. It was somebody who is in the Navy who won that. 51 total contestants representing the 50 states and, of course, the District of Columbia. The folks who don't get the representation that everybody else does. I don't know if the story is true or not, but it plays into a running meme on the show at the moment. They say that a 9-year-old claims to have been bullied after bringing a fake Stanley mug to school. And the more I see this, I'm like, moms, dads, your kids have it tough enough out there. It's tough times. And you guys think that bullying is worse now or when we were in school or when you were in school?
Now. Yeah. There's a lot more. Now. It's different. I mean, I think anyone that's been bullied
because of the internet,
it could be just as bad, whether it's in person or the internet or how creative people get. But it's for what you get bullied for, and how you do it is perhaps what could be viewed as worse now for people our age.
I think there are measures being taken at the schools about bullying. I don't think some of the stuff that like I witnessed in middle school would be flying, or I think maybe part of the measures is encouraging students to speak up about certain things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all the social media and online stuff could really weigh on you.
It must be tough. Like we were talking about the story about the kids who didn't want their photos online, so they were covering their face in holiday photos with their family because somebody might Photoshop them in blackface or use it to bully them in some way. And you go, damn, there are distinct differences between going to school in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, or even the early aughts, which is a word that I hate, but there it is anyways, as there is going to school. Being in high school in 2024, they'll bully you even if you have a fake Stanley mug, for God's sake. That's tough. That's tough times right there. So make sure you're giving your kids the real thing. It's only $50, parents, okay? Shell out the money so the kid doesn't get
even
bullied.
Love your child.
Yeah, if you love them, you'll get them a Stanley. I tried this when I tried this like kung fu move on my dad back when I was in 9th grade, I think. And I
1962.
No, it was 1962. I forgot the year, but it doesn't matter. I said, Dad, I really want to get a pair of Nikes, because Nikes were big at the time. And I said, I know they're a little expensive, but the kids at school bully you if you have fake shoes. And they say, where'd you get those? JJ giveaway or whatever the insults were at the time. And you know what my dad said? He said, it's safer to wear the fake ones. I saw some kid got mugged in New York for wearing real Nikes.
Good answer.
And they stole it from him. It's like,
well, I don't want to get my ass kicked.
I feel like you don't care about that kid getting mugged as much as you care about not paying $100 for a pair of Nikes, Dad. I think his excuse might have been a little different. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with more of you, obviously, and an employee who has now gone viral for getting fired. Try to say both those words at one point in time. But you got to hear this, and people are divided over whether or not she should have gone out in the blaze of glory that she did, What do you think? That's what we're going to find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your holiday Monday is a great one. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, it seems the traffic flow is mostly cooperative. Of course, your usual delay, that's I-4 eastbound, approaching State Road 535 and westbound after World Drive. Right now, there are 2 left lanes, that's both east and westbound, blocked at Lee Road at the intersection of I-4. Careful there. If you have any tips for us, dial our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
With the excitement of the pro football playoffs and the basketball season in full swing, Bet Online has you covered with all the up-to-the-second odds, news, and scores. You can access the world's best wagering information anytime. Head to Bet Online today to stay updated on all the action. Bet Online, where the game starts.
Hey, big shout out and congratulations to Kurt and Jennifer out of Cocoa. They listened to the show. They were ready to upgrade their driving situation, and so they took the trip into Sanford. They went to Nations Trucks over the weekend and left in their very own 2021 Ram 2500 Crew Cab 4x4. And you can be next, friends. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, no matter what you're looking for, Nations Trucks has got them all. And with approved credit, you won't be making any payments for 3 months. So visit nationstrucks.com today or just go down and see them in Sanford on 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Murray Boulevard. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you.
The music we listen to all year long.
The anthems that were our soundtrack for 2023.
And the stars who made the songs we love will all be celebrated.
Live from Los Angeles on Fox, April 1st.
Be here as the nominees for our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards are announced.
Let's get it started. Thursday at 9 a.m.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways, it's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my Dealer Next Door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
In a small Tennessee town, a killer was caught by unlikely investigators, high school students, and their teacher, Alex Campbell. Though the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation supports their theory, no charges have been filed. Murder 101 follows the students as they endeavor to complete the assignment.
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads or a few identifications, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
Listen to Murder 101 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Deep Cuts. Featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Who, The Stones, and more. something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Deep Cuts, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
I haven't seen the video, but judging by the caption, it's something that Ashley listens to, or on TikTok or something. She used to walk around singing it, and I never remembered which level we're at based on number of drinks.
Is the 5 margaritas lady, and
I love her.
I gotta have C-Lane censor this, so for those of you who don't know it, we could play it. But is this woman trying to promote abstinence on a college campus? And she was explaining what happens to a woman after she drinks 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5 margaritas. And the problem is, every time she was saying the bad thing, all the college kids that had gathered around were like, "Yeah!"
Oh yeah. But then like there was a lovely lady, I think it was on like her podcast or something, where she like created the rap song for it, and it is the biggest banger of 2024. I think it was late 2023 when it first came out, but it stands true for life.
That's funny. C-Lane's going to edit that up so we can play it at some point in the show today. I saw this employee for Cloudflare has gone viral, and this is a newer phenomenon, I think. I'll bring this up so we can hear some of it, but I can't play all of it because she gets a little curse crazy in the video that she recorded. But there's people who, and you may have been through this in your life, you know sometimes when you're going to get fired. When your boss goes, "Hey, I'm going to need to talk to you about something after work today," or, give me a call. And you just, because sometimes you get all those feelings, all those alarm bells, those vibes are going off, and you go, "Well, I think this is it for me. Pretty sure that I'm about done for, and my job is going to be over." And that happened to many, many people, but it doesn't usually get recorded. And especially since people get laid off over Zoom now, there's been a lot more people recording the end of their jobs. And this woman from Cloudflare, she is Brittany Pietsch, Pietsch, and she was an account executive. And she recorded her whole thing where she got fired, and she was like yelling back at the people, or at least I should say making her case for why she shouldn't get laid off and shouldn't get fired. It said, "My coworkers have been getting random 15-minute call invites." This is her.
Yes, I'm so sorry. My name's Rosie. I'm just joining the call.
So each one by one, these Cloudflare employees would get a little Zoom call, and 2 people would pop on, and they go, "I'm sorry, we aren't going to need your services anymore." And so she records herself.
I'm on the HR team. Mm-hmm.
Here's the guy, the other part of the HR team.
Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
Thanks for meeting with me and Rosie.
I love when you have to do this part where it's the niceties, and you're like,
"Hi,
you're about to fire me. I don't feel like being super nice to you.
How are you?"
And the CEO of Cloudflare has responded. I'll tell you that in a second, but
we have an important meeting today.
Very important. You're fired.
Evaluations of 2023 performance. This is where you have not met Cloudflare expectations for performance. We've decided to part ways with you.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you right there.
I'm going to stop you right there. And then she goes into a defense of why she should be fired. And I don't understand what the fight back is necessarily for, other than just to get your thoughts out there. Because I don't think at this point you're going to convince these HR people to go, "All right, fine, we'll let you keep the job."
It's like if you were breaking up with somebody and then they were like, "But here's all the things," and we're like, "Oh, you're right. Those are all the things."
Hey, it's worked in the past, Elaine. Come on.
They would be more likely to work in a relationship than a job, because these people aren't even like the boss. These are the HR. These are the people who just roll heads.
But it's your one opportunity to get it all out there before you'll lose your email in order to get the message to the higher ups. So it's HR that's got to deliver it.
A lot of people chiming in about her recording, saying eFresh Rocks on Twitch says, "Is she allowed to record them?" they're audio only. She's not putting the camera on them. MFQ says, why is she filming? Did she know beforehand? Yes, she knew because some of the other employees were getting fired as well.
There may be a chance that she's not allowed to record them, but if she's in a state that doesn't need two-party consent, or if they're recording her, there might be this might be a fine.
And I would not be surprised since it's HR if they were recording her. So she goes into a whole defense here.
So I started August 25th. I've been on a 3-month ramp. And then it was 3 weeks of December.
All right, so I'm not going to bore you with this, but her point is she said she started in August and then you had December where everybody checks out. So it's not her fault that she hasn't had a single sale in the time that she's been working for Cloudflare. And she's been working really hard to get them, so she shouldn't be fired because she just needs more time to get the sales. And she puts this out there online. She says some other things to them along the way, but it got the attention of the CEO of Cloudflare. Maybe this was the point. I don't know. It says a video of an employee of U.S.-based IT services company Cloudflare. If you don't know what they do, if you've never heard of them, you use these services if you have a website and it prevents their attacks on your website. Like DDoS attacks is what they call them, denial of service attacks. For those of you not in the know, if you take like 1,000 bot computers that you somehow have control over and you tell them to go to one single address every second for 5 minutes, it's going to take down a lot of times whatever computer you're going for. You could do that with several thousand computers and take down, and it's been done before, the entire PlayStation network or other various large networks. So you end up working with a company like Cloudflare to protect you from these sorts of attacks that could happen to your website. That's the company that she was working for. It says the video posted by Brittany says, POV, you're about to get laid off. And they said, the HR executive says, so I don't think there's anything we could say at this moment or today, Brittany, that's going to change the way that you feel. Again, it's understandable. I'm taking notes and feedback, and we'll circle back. Oh, I love that circle back thing that they always say. Now, Matthew Prince, the CEO and co-founder of the technology company, has reacted. He said, we fired around 40 salespeople out of 1,500 in our go-to-market org. That's normal in a quarter. When we're doing performance management right, we can often tell within 3 months if somebody is going to be a good fit or not. And I guess this just wasn't a good fit. But now the recording, the whole firing process and posting that online, it splits people. Like PF on YouTube says, she seems annoying. Other people are like, yeah, good, she's fighting back. I say, like Big Doug Millionaire says, if you're in sales, kind of got to sell things.
Yeah.
If you didn't sell anything for 3 months, I could see why they might have an issue with your performance and want to revisit that. But maybe she disagrees.
Especially if if the compensation is not based on the sales. So if she's just working there and not selling, and they're paying her anyway, then why keep her on? Whereas if her pay is mostly based in commission, then that's kind of on her. She's not making any money. They still might need to clear her position at the firm or at the company, but it's not. They're not wasting money on her at the moment if that's the case.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this stuff is I don't like HR laying off people. I think if you are a manager, okay, and you're managing over other employees, this almost always not always, but almost always means that you are more well compensated than they are, means that you may have been ordering them to do certain things that were part of their job tasks or maybe even beyond that.
Correct.
I think it's cowardly to outsource the firing or laying off or separation from the company or whatever you want to call firing people. I think it's lame to outsource that. I think it's weak to outsource that.
I don't see it as much of an outsourcing. It's just like the companies have different processes for this. Now, this particular thing, I think they have the HR person with a list and they're just going down the list.
But why HR as opposed to the actual manager of this person saying, hey, we've reviewed your performance, and as your manager, I'm here to tell you that we're going to have to let you go. I'm sorry that this didn't work out. Like, why does HR step up and bite the bullet there?
I think because Cosidius is saying that's why you hire HR, so they do the dirty work.
Yeah, I guess, but
Like
imagine you got fired today, C-Lane. I'm sorry. I want to hear what you're going to say, but I just wanted to get this out. Imagine you got fired today, and your boss didn't do it. They said, we want you to get on a Zoom with HR. Wouldn't that make you mad? Yeah. I think it would make me mad if that happened. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, in the case of like my wife, who has a position of like authority over people, she's not allowed to fire anybody. Now,
really?
Now, the things that lead to firing, she initiates, like any write-ups, any notices like that. So it's not like they don't see it coming and HR just plucks them out one day and says, hey, you're fired. Like most of the people that get fired from that job, I think, know that they're on their way out anyway. But they, because of the policy of the company and the process for making it fair, I guess, they just say, hey, you're not allowed to say you're fired. You can't fire somebody on the spot at her job.
Yeah, and that makes sense. They have a whole process. It's a big company. They have a whole process for doing that. What was Kampmeyer's thing? Fire him before the ass hits the seat?
He told them, I think he told you you're done before you actually sit down in the chair. Like he tells you to have a seat, but before your ass hits the seat. You told me this. I don't know why you're asking me.
I forgot where that came from.
C-Lane's dodged that bullet many a time.
I've never experienced, knock on all the woods, never experienced that here. But yeah, it was like a casual, because he had a big office too. So you had to walk a couple steps to get to that seat.
Yeah.
So in that amount of time, before you sit down, he tells you.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. I guess that's effective. I don't know. The one thing that bothers me, and I've had this happen before with Suits, where
I wonder if we're wrong on that, and he just hears that and goes, "That's hilarious."
Love you, Chris.
He goes, that's what I thought was his thing. His
Maybe
thing
I
was
should have done it.
He'd go, step out of the office, and there'd be no pleasantries. And as you were taking the seat, he'd go, I got to tell you, you're fired.
We got to let you go.
You just sit down in the seat, and you're like, well, now I'm sitting down. This is awkward. If I was standing, I would make my way out of this office very quickly. But now I'm seated here. What do I do right now? This is uncomfortable. I hate when somebody in the Suits are fond of doing this, where they'll go, we're going to need you to come in. We got to talk about some things. And you go, okay, cool. Maybe it's something exciting. Maybe we got a new affiliate. Maybe a new market signing on. Who knows what it is? And then you go all the way to the station, and then they tell you bad news. And their idea is like, we want to tell you bad news to your face. And my idea is like,
also, we have 3 people outside of your office that are going to escort you out.
Yes. Yeah, they will do that kind of stuff. I'd rather get bad news from afar. I don't want to have to drive. And then now I'm driving back home and I'm like, yeah, razzle, frazzle, all the things that I want to say. And I'm just letting it all out. I'd rather just get that from afar, the bad news. But yeah, Chris Kampmeyer had a way of doing it where I think he had it down allegedly a level of effectiveness that your ass wouldn't even hit the seat before you learned that you were fired. Let's go over to Not Your Average Joe, who says he has a train PSA song. Oh, maybe this will fix the problem of people getting hit by the trains. Let's see how he did.
Down around Orlando, not too far from here. See the long trains running, and you watch people disappear.
I can't hear it.
So just stop. When you see those gates come down, 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 down. Just stop. You morons.
That should do it.
Stop, people.
That's what the gates are there for, after all, right? Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to learn why an animal shelter is incredibly pissed off at you pet owners out there. Ooh. Are you doing it all wrong? Plus, in jury duty, my favorite, a man filed one of those handwritten lawsuits, and he filed it against a big corporation, and he said, you can either give me A or B. And the two things that he offers up in this lawsuit from a huge corporation are just spectacular, what he's looking for in this lawsuit. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Lions' matchup with the Rams last night was hyped to be the battle of two quarterbacks. But last night was much more than that for the city of Detroit. Between the Lions' 30-year playoff victory drought and the horrendous struggles of the Pistons, Tigers, and the continued disappointment of the Red Wings, but last night provided fans hope. No matter the results of next weekend's game, that has to be a tremendous feeling for the entire city of Detroit. I'm Dan Patrick.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive hype screen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. I would like everybody to get heart smart for 2024. What does that mean? Life Imaging FLA can help you with that. Early detection is key to maintaining a healthy heart. In 2024, make it your resolution to get a scan before you have any symptoms. That's right. Early detection is incredible when it comes to heart disease and also cancer. It's a game changer in terms of treatment and outcomes. And so many people have been to Life Imaging FLA and found out they had heart blockage they didn't even know about. I found out I was clear and clean, which was great, and now I have peace of mind. Life Imaging FLA, you can get a free scan. All you got to do is pick up your phone, dial pound 250, and say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value, and it really, really is worth it. So with your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you can get connected with them in seconds, and you're going to receive an option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Get a scan if you can. Life Imaging FLA.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Your mind on a Martin Luther King Jr. holiday where it is chilly across America today. And before we get into this animal shelter story I talked about, they're very mad at you pet owners and jury duty with the guy who had a handwritten lawsuit, and he demands either A or B from Walmart. And I want to see which one of these items you would choose. We talked previously on the show because I had gone to Publix, something that I know Sabrina thinks I never do, but
I only think that because you've said it.
I usually don't go because Courtney ends up going to Publix, the grocery store, while we're doing the show here. But in this case, I had gone. I was looking at the grocery store as if it was a spectacle. I had visited the Coke machine. You know, what are they called? The fancy ones?
Freestyle.
Oh, yeah, the Freestyle Coke machine. Oh, man, got the Powerade Peach. Oh, delicious. Just feeling on top of the world. And wandering over by produce, I had seen that gigantic Snoop Dogg bobblehead that we talked about on the show. And when I brought this story up, Sabrina was like, somebody at Publix, grab one of those for me. And I just knew that when we were talking about this, I said, people are going to be going after these. And now they're being stole all over the place. There are people who are stealing these from all sorts of spots. There is a place in Lexington, Kentucky, that was the site of a Snoop Dogg bobblehead thievery. They're like 3-foot tall statues.
How did
that
they
were
get
sent.
away with that?
They went in and just stole this thing. People were buying them on eBay at first, right? For like $1,000 to $1,500. That's how much these were going for. And 3 of the bobbleheads back when they first came out were stolen from grocery stores in the Philadelphia area alone. They're 3-foot tall. It's 3 foot tall. It says Corona. It's got Snoop Dogg, and they're super cool looking. And they were really well made too. And now everybody who's buying these, people are stealing them from those places too. So I think there was like a pizza restaurant, and they put the Snoop Dogg bobblehead outside, and people were enjoying it. Somebody drove by and just grabbed it and threw it in the back of their truck. And there's people stealing them everywhere they possibly can on eBay. Let's see if we can find one on eBay right now, if these are still up there. They said they were going for over $1,000. Let's see if the media was lying to me. Snoop Dog Corona. That's what I'm looking for. Corona bobblehead. Oh, maybe there's two different sizes of these. There's little teeny ones, and then there's the giant ones. These are $1,500, $1,800. These look small, though. That looks like a regular bobblehead. That's not the in-store display that I was talking about. It was huge, the real one. $1,000. This says 43 inches, so this is the actual one. It's in somebody's like garden outside their house.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so cool looking. It
seems heavy, like kind of tough to run out of a Publix with.
Yeah, it's like 4 feet tall almost. And it's got Snoop with a bucket in his hand in this one of Coronas, and he's drinking one. And then the bobblehead actually works because I messed with the one in the store. People are going nuts trying to get these. C-Lane censored the 5 margaritas video. We're going to do that after jury duty, right at the top of the hour, which you don't want to miss because it'll be fun. But the animal shelters out there are blasting pet owners. They said they're struggling right now as the cold weather hits America and has us in its grip. They said more now than ever for some reason. People are trying to abandon their dogs, bring them into the facilities to drop them off saying, I can't take care of them. I'm not able to do it. The number of messages we're getting every week from people who want to surrender their dog because, quote, they don't have time for it anymore, or, quote, it killed our cat or bit my child, or I can't have it where I live, is out of control, they said. The dog you chose to get and now don't find so darling because it isn't a puppy anymore is not our problem. They said this message is long overdue, and this is happening widespread across the country. Dogs are a commitment. If you think you won't have time for it in a year, don't get one. If you know your landlord says you can't have a dog and you get one anyway, then expect us to take it when you're getting evicted, think again, they said.
That's insane to me. It's so sad.
It is, yeah. I mean, what happens is you look at all 3 of our dogs. You know, my dog, Lady, Sabrina's dog, Carl, and Celine's dog, Lexi. We would imagine that everybody else treats their animals the same way we might treat an animal. And you make sure it's taken care of. You bring it to the vet when you need to. You make sure it's fed and it's got all the things and you kept it clean and all that. And there's just a lot of really bad pet owners, unfortunately. It's the thing we learn. All right, let's see what this guy wants from Walmart in this handwritten lawsuit. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt, the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo. After an accident, make sure you're taking care of yourself and then really take care of yourself and your family and your future by calling Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. How do you do that, you say? Well, it's very easy. 866-CALL-MOE. That's 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. And you can connect with Moses and his team, and they will respect you. They will help you out. They will give your case the attention that it deserves. You won't just be a number on a spreadsheet or something. These big law firms, they really don't treat you well. They're after their own bottom line, and Moses is going to make sure he fights as hard as he needs to and then some for you in court against the insurance companies if that's what it takes. 866-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. Love handwritten lawsuits, usually done by crazy people.
A lot of times I think they're done in jail or prison.
Yep. Yeah, that does seem to be the case from the stories that we've seen, C-Lane. They say a Texas man is suing Walmart. He's seeking $100 million in damages. That's one option Walmart could pay out.
All right. Or give him a Walmart.
Or unlimited free lifetime shopping at any Walmart location nationwide.
Okay.
Those are the two he's looking for.
Okay, question. Do you think you could spend, how long do you think it would take you to spend $100 million just by shopping at Walmart?
Honestly, a while.
Yeah.
You'd
I think
It would take you a long, long time.
Do you have to physically grab every item, or you can just go around and be like, I'll take 10 of those 70-inch TVs?
And all it says is unlimited free lifetime shopping at any Walmart location.
Or $100 million.
Or $100 million. And it's nice to have the unlimited free lifetime shopping. And you could maybe sell the stuff and you would have some stability over time because Walmart's not going anywhere. But $100 million is definitely better than the free lifetime shopping at any Walmart.
You might not even need to sell the stuff for stability. Besides, having to pay your room and board or your rent and your power and stuff. You can just get everything you need at a Walmart.
Yeah. If you got a Walmart with a grocery store in it, especially.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of many things. Do Walmarts have tires for cars, like vehicle stuff?
Some of them do. I know you have a gas station at some of the Walmarts.
That's true, too. That would probably be in play.
You can get your nails done and right next door get your glasses, like for reading.
Do they have doctors in Walmarts?
They have an optometrist.
Okay, you have an eyeglass doctor. That's good. But if you had like a full-on doctor, you would really pretty much have all of the things that you need. I mean,
You
there's
would still
a lot
need to
of
sell
stuff.
a couple TVs here and there.
Yeah, and you could do that, I guess, at your whim. It says Roderick Jackson of Wascom, Texas, filed 2 handwritten complaints last week in the Western District of Arkansas. That's where Walmart is headquartered. The complaints do not go into detail about why Jackson is suing, but the complaints do allege that an incident occurred in March 2021 at a store in Omaha, Nebraska, and it involved false pretense of shoplifting and the violation of Roderick Jackson's civil rights based on his race or color, this says. That's his claims. He's also asking that Walmart pay all of his court fees. He filed the complaints without an attorney. It could not be reached at the phone number listed for him. He wants $100 million. We'll see if he gets it. And I don't think he's going to be successful. But,
Remind me again what Walmart did to him.
Walmart allegedly, according to him, it was a false pretense of shoplifting that violated his civil rights based on race or color.
Right.
So
they accused him of shoplifting. They may have stereotyped. And for that crime, $100 million. Or free stuff forever.
Yeah, that one, too. Yeah, those are the two options that he has.
Okay, good.
Also, in Brevard County, Florida.
I'm like, how old are you?
It would be fun to have that, though, to be able to go. And that's why I always said I would love a gold card or a black card or whatever card they have where if you get one to Chipotle or Subway, or it doesn't have to be a sub place.
Like that for life kind of thing.
Yeah, where it's like free food for life, and there's some limitations on it, but mostly it just means you could go in, you got the special card, and you get hooked up every time.
We got that a few years ago for what was, I believe, a Top Golf competitor, and it was like, you got this, it's a thick black card, and you can bring 6 of your friends, and you have unlimited play. And so many discounts. And I'm like, this is awesome. And I got all of one party down before they were like, we're not doing that anymore.
Oh, they stopped it?
They canceled it?
That sucks. I lost my wallet, and that's why I never really took full advantage of that.
It doesn't exist anymore. But it was cool for the time.
That's a shame.
At one time.
Over in Brevard County, Florida, a man was found asleep at a stop sign in Brevard. He's now facing multiple charges. Why? Deputies say they found codeine, a 4 Loko, and meth residue inside the car.
Party!
This guy was doing well. He was passed out behind the wheel. How do you got 4 Loko and meth and you end up passing out? I figure he might be fired up from that. But no is the case. They said he had his right hand on the gear shift and a 4 Loko in the cup holder. The man reportedly stumbled out of the car when asked to perform a field sobriety test. He blew a .000 on the breathalyzer test, but was placed under arrest after failing the sobriety test. I guess it was much more meth than alcohol that had him where he was, and maybe the codeine as well. That'll do it to you. Okay, let's work in a dispatcher 2 and see what's going on where you are. Don't forget, you can send us anything you'd like, hopefully good stuff, comments about what we're talking about, et cetera, over at thenewsjunkie.com. Just like this one. Here's Millen Surfer talking about riding in the front of a train.
Yo, what's going on, News Junkies? What's up, Sab? Love you, girl.
Hey, love you too.
C-Lane, what's up, bro?
Hey.
Sean, holding it down like always. This is my first live show in about a month.
Oh, wow.
Where were you?
You were just talking about trains. My uncle was actually a train engineer for 35 years. And I've actually ridden in the front of a train. It's badass. I've been in a steam in a regular newly renovated locomotive.
This may be the dumbest question I've ever asked on this show. Do they still wear those old-timey conductor outfits, or is that
I don't think they do. I mean,
gone the way of the buffalo?
There's one like TikTok kid that I follow that he's obsessed with trains, and he wears like a GoPro on his head and knows all the train conductors. And I think over across the pond, they're like these old school trains, particular type of model, that's the passion of the conductor to continue the tradition of looking like, I don't know, what's that one animated movie with Tom Hanks in it? Christmas time?
Toy Story.
No.
The North Pole
Toy Story
one.
2.
No,
Close.
it's not in the Toy Story
it's
franchise.
Like, you know, we're on a train and it's Christmas time.
Killing me. I can't think of this. They had a
It's very
ride,
weird looking.
They had a ride attached to it, ride in air quotes, at SeaWorld.
Toy Story 3, that's what it was.
Was it in the Toy Story franchise? It's like, damn it.
Polar Express.
That's it, Polar Express. Thank you.
But
Jesus, that would have
that's
killed
the
me.
uniform that I think some of them wear, but just because it's like a fancy train.
Yeah,
like
that's
everyone
what I
else
like.
kind of wears their button down or polo.
I don't want like somebody just wearing a regular business T-shirt. I want my train conductor.
Oh, that's
to be
what you
wearing
demand?
I don't demand it, but I like it.
I feel like they had a certain dress the couple times that whenever I would take the Sunrail, but I don't. Also, I've never seen the conductor. I've only seen the people that come through and scan your ticket. That has been, and I think Amtrak's the same way. That is one of the weirdest things about rail travel to me is that you get on the train before they scan your ticket, and then they just scan you while you're sitting there. And it's like, if I didn't pay for this, would this be the time to get out my card, or are you going to kick me off?
Where else do they do that? What other thing could you buy? It's like a ferry ride or a plane flight or a cab ride, and you get in, and then, I mean, I guess the cab ride you pay afterwards, but in most examples, you don't just get on and start your journey, and then they go, by the way, do you have a ticket? And you go, oh, no.
I mean, I know that it's possible to get on a cruise ship before it sets sail. Like, a lot of people get married, and then they automatically, like, the cruise is their honeymoon. And so they'll have the wedding on board, and then there are some people who, if they don't want to opt into the cruise trip with the honeymoon, like with the party, they can leave. I always wondered, like, if you do that and then all of a sudden, like, you're not off the boat in time.
If you try to hang around like you would if you were at Universal Studios and you wanted to stay over for Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, that's a perfect example.
You're just looking around and you're like, how can I hide from the people who will know I didn't pay all the money for this? That would be a rush. Okay, we're going to hear from the 5 Margaritas lady when we come back. She's got a lesson for all of us, and it's something you should really take to heart. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
I have a dream one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your holiday Monday is a great one. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, it seems the traffic flow is mostly cooperative. Of course, your usual delay, that's I-4 eastbound, approaching State Road 535 and westbound after World Drive. Right now, there are 2 left lanes, that's both east and westbound, blocked at Lee Road at the intersection of I-4. Careful there. If you have any tips for us, dial our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Meal planning is work, So let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store.
Wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Extreme Tom Keene is bankrolled by radicals. Their plan is Biden's plan. Tax more, spend more, till everything costs more. Now, Keene refuses to work with Republicans to solve the affordability crisis. Keene's cronies want to handcuff cops, release criminals, disband school resource officers, even let men play women's sports. It's crazy, it's extreme, and so is Tom Keene. But Erica Booth will fight their failed agenda. Mom, teacher, school board member, Booth will cut taxes, combat inflation, back the blue, and lower premiums by holding big insurance accountable. Send a signal to Joe Biden's Washington radicals. Vote Erica Booth this Tuesday, January 16th. Paid political advertisement paid for by the Florida House Republican Campaign Committee. P.O. Box 10307, Tallahassee, Florida 32302. The Florida House Republican Campaign Committee endorses and urges you to vote for Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Approved by Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Republicans for Florida House of Representatives.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the news.
Brian emails. He says, this is a question for Mo, so maybe we could pop this on the Mo list because it is actually an interesting question. It says, hey, Sean, I work in the racing industry as a mechanic for a team that races in the SCCA series. I'm unfamiliar. Let me Google SCCA and see what that is. It is
Supercar car.
No, Dub, 2 cars in it? Sports Car Club of America, it says. A sanctioning body.
Supercar Car America.
Road racing, rallying, and autocross. That's been around since 1944 or something like that. So Brian works as a mechanic for a team that races in the SCCA series. One of our drivers was in a wreck on a track recently. My wife, who works in the law field, brought up the point that race car drivers would not ever be able to pursue legal action if they were in an accident on the road because of the incidents that occur on the track. Is there any truth to this? Are they really SOL, he says.
Wait, so his wife said that a race car driver could not pursue an insurance claim on the road as normal?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because of
the
how they drive. Well, because of the accidents that they get into on the racetrack, which I could kind of see some sense in. Like if you said, this person rear-ended me, my neck is hurting, you'd have to prove that wasn't because of an accident you got into when you were driving your race car.
You could still go after a comprehensive collision, right?
Definitely. And you could still probably, I'm saying definitely. I'm not an attorney.
What?
I would think that would be very likely. And I would believe that you could also go after damages for your injury so long as you could prove that it was caused by that. But we're going to run that by Moses because it is indeed an interesting question. He says, F me. Also, one last thing. I dispatch sometimes, and I think my username confuses you. LOL. It's Flying Brian, which was meant to be Flying Brian without the G. Do I screw that one up? Who knows? Probably. It's a nickname a buddy of mine gave me because I can't do anything slowly. Thanks again, Brian. Well, flying or otherwise, Brian, thank you for the email. Appreciate you. Let's go over to the world of airlines, planes, flying around. Hopefully not on one of those Airbuses where pieces of the plane just fall down when you're flying in the air.
I don't think that was a Boeing. It was a Boeing.
Was that? It was a Boeing 737 MAX.
Yeah, get your planes right.
That was the one that's been causing a little bit of problems here and there. And now there is a clip that's gone viral this weekend with some people on a plane that were not happy at all
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
with their experience. And this was somebody letting their kid just run all around the plane. And I don't mean like just going back and forth in their seats. I mean, the kid is like up and he's running around in the plane on everybody else's seats. It says, the poster kept the context short and sweet, saying, letting children run wild during an 8-hour flight. They said the clip shows a young toddler clinging to the back of a passenger's chair while using the food tray as a trampoline. Why not?
Dang. Does that mean that they were able to bounce more than once on it?
I guess so.
Things seem pretty flimsy.
They said one frequent flyer said they usually deal with rude passengers at least once or twice a year. Their advice was to ask politely once before calling on a flight attendant. They will ask them to stop, and if they refuse, they'll usually move you to an upgraded seat if available. Ooh, that would be nice. Can't move everybody, though. That would be the problem. I was like so on the verge when we were watching the Night Swim movie this weekend. There were couples on both sides of us that would not stop talking the entire movie. Just back and forth. And it was low enough so it was like it wasn't distracting me all the way, but it was pretty distracting. So I didn't do anything about it, obviously. And the seats now are a little further apart, which I love. Oh, I love the room in these new theaters that they give you. I love the chairs. I love the room. It's just brilliant. But whenever I'm in one of those moments, I go, God, I don't want to be the person that like goes outside in the lobby and says,
"Can I speak to a manager, please?"
Yeah, can I talk to the manager? These people won't stop talking. And, oh, yeah, by the way, they didn't even pay for their tickets because we went on the app and we saw that those 2 tickets were still available for sale.
Okay, you guys did that?
No. I'm not the type to do it.
Man.
Oh, totally it is. But and I just wanted them to shut up. And then I go, I didn't want to say anything. I've been through this before. I have the experience of sometimes if you just go, hey, can you guys quiet down a little bit? Or, hey, can you save the conversation for afterwards? Oh, my God, it almost always goes bad. What'd you say to me? And okay, how far do I want this to escalate? I have enough drama and problems in my life. All I'm trying to do is just get through my day. Always, I'm just trying to exist. Just get through my day. So I go, boil it all down to the inside of your body, squish it down to the bottom, and muscle your way through this movie. And so we did. And it was one of those movies that had like the tension was created by a lot of very quiet parts. I would compare it to not all the way like this, but a little tiny bit like A Quiet Place. And if you ever watched A Quiet Place in the theaters, that's a tough one.
Oh, I did the first one.
Yeah,
you couldn't even adjust yourself like in the chair.
No,
without people hearing it, or you would have like that church cough moment where you try to keep it under your breath, and it becomes even worse, where you have to be like.
Your popcorn is because the whole movie is quiet. It thrives off the silent moments, and that is not a good time. But we got it through, thankfully. They weren't too bad. Meanwhile, somebody has been talking with pilots and filmed a video that is also going viral. Pilot Elon is somebody who posts a lot of their experiences on TikTok. And they said, what's going up there? What's going on up in the cockpit during these flights? Like, what are you guys up to up there? Because most of us know at this point that you're not constantly, like, your hands aren't on like a steering wheel, you know? Like, all right, moving the plane over here now, moving the plane. It's all autopilot once you get up to a certain
you're putting in numbers. You're doing what you're taking orders from the tower, and they say, all right, ascend to this many feet. So you just turn the little dial up. There you go. Plane gets higher, and then they say turn to this degree. Plane turns.
Hey, boop.
And on it goes. So I guess up there they were saying they're not always with the same people. Usually they're with the crew for about 5 days or so. At the most, it might be like 2 weeks that they'll be with like a co-pilot. And I guess there's security reasons for that. But they say sometimes they'll just throw out something political right away to make it awkward so the other pilot doesn't talk to them for the entirety of the flight, which I thought was great. 5 margaritas. Here we are. This lady who will stay in the world of viral. Why not? She is at a college campus in this famous video. I was sharing for the folks who haven't heard this before. And she's an abstinence supporter, abstinence advocate or activist, you might say. And she is telling people what can happen when you drink too much. The problem is the college crowd that is gathered around her, and there are many, many people from this college listening to this woman talk about abstinence. They aren't scared by what could happen when you drink each of these margaritas, in her words. They're more excited about it than she would want them to be, and here she is.
If you buy her 1 margarita, she will spread her legs.
Not what she was hoping for.
If you buy her 2 margaritas, she will pounce right on your After 3 margaritas, she will grab your penis and put it in her
She's still going, though.
Do you see how many people are around her? This woman has become... She started like by herself, and then I believe started to go viral with a couple students like filming her, and it has become such a namesake on that campus that you have what we're looking at here for those just listening, like 100 people just watching
There's
her.
A huge crowd, all with their phones out and stuff, and she's telling what happens the more margaritas you drink. She's drinking the margaritas.
She will grab your penis and it right.
2, 3, 4, 5 margaritas.
She will strap it on and peg you.
They all want margaritas after this little lesson.
I'm
we've learned
surprised
here.
some of them aren't drinking margaritas while they watch this. Like if this was a normal thing for this woman, and that's why there have been there's been such a crowd for her. There's got to be somebody that shows up with a margarita for the occasion.
She's almost like the Andrew Dice Clay of college activist speakers. She's like, all right, I got to do the margarita bit. All right, here we go, everybody.
You've heard the song, right?
No, I've never
You
heard the
ever
remix.
no. Hang on. Got the
Did you just edit it?
Yeah, I edited it.
Good for you.
Okay.
I did find a clean version. That I
Oh,
could've
there
sent
is
you
a
the
clean
link for.
version.
Yeah.
Hey, give me one margarita, I'ma open my leg. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some. Give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my. Give me 5 margaritas.
We can get away with anything right now.
We are. I almost went to go grab something without my phone, which is our new key. And I would have been stuck outside with no one to reach out to.
How is this new security system working
Not
at
fun.
HQ? It's not a good time. What was wrong with the other one? We all had passes.
Great question.
You put the passes on your neck, and when you're going into the office, you put your pass up to the door, and it opens the door. What was wrong with that method that we needed to go change it?
It works too well, Sean.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So,
I guess something to do with I get the system as far as guests because we don't have someone sitting at reception. If you have somebody that's waiting there, that system helps them get in touch with you.
If
But as
we
far
had
as
a
putting my
guest-
phone up to the damn beep boop beep boop, and it's do you want to charge this to your Apple Wallet? I'm like, no, I just want to get in the
Yeah.
damn work time.
well, what about this? Why don't we have somebody sitting at reception?
We have to go to break.
Have we eliminated the position of reception? We
Kind
as
of.
a company, I mean, we have some very big radio stations at this company.
Yeah, and our receptionist is an iPad.
They generate a lot of money, and one would think,
And we keep it.
we keep
I
it.
love our company.
We're not spending it on anybody who is going to be doing the receptionist duties at the front door. Instead, we're going to take those cards away from you that gain you entrance to the building, and we're going to give you an app, I guess, that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. That sounds fun. It sounds like a blast.
It's a good time, Sean. You can't wait for you to get back here at HQ.
It would work a lot better if they utilized the technology that's available in these phones and actually let you put the key card in
Jack's
your
listening
Apple
to
Wallet.
the show right now. I could see his reaction. We're going to get in big trouble.
Well, what are we supposed to do?
I
Sit
love
around
the new
while
system here.
our company makes the weirdest decisions? Some of this stuff
That
is
was
so
a great decision
strange.
on their part. And
Was it?
iHeartMedia, I salute you.
I think they did it because I am now the only one who doesn't have entrance access to the building. Because I had a pass before. I could get in there. I could scoop
And
right
now that
in.
just gets you into the downstairs cafe.
Oh, I can still get in down there at least.
Yeah.
But then I go in the elevator and I get stuck when I get to the floor that I
You know that one of the engineers had to drive all the way home on Christmas Eve and borrow his son's cell phone to call Josh Fowler, who was the only person in the building that could let him back in?
Oh, the engineers don't even want this, right? Is this a nationwide thing that iHeart did?
I think so.
I think we
Because
need to put that curtain back down, you guys.
I'll take all the heat. This has nothing to do with Sabrina. This
Yeah,
is
you're
me
going to take all the
speaking.
heat from your home.
That's
We're
fine.
the ones that during the break will have to be here and address things. I could see Jack is flailing right now.
You do not have to be held responsible for the things that I say. So you're going to be okay. If I say something bad, it doesn't reflect on you necessarily. This is totally me. And what I'm saying is that even the engineers don't
great
want this.
people. No.
And I saw an email somewhere that said, I believe, if you have trouble accessing the building, to call the nationwide helpline for iHeart so that you can get access to the building. All of it seems real good. It seems like a great idea. Okay, we're here from you. Your dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and we'll see what you have on your mind. Here's an example of one of those dispatches. This is Danger with a dispatch. It says guess. That's all they say for us. So we don't even know what's on this one.
Yo, Junkies, first dispatch of 2024. Happy New Year.
You too.
C-Lane, congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
And you are officially taking that comment over from Jack. So It's now yours. Congratulations on the baby. And
He does
saying
that for a while.
Year in and year out for a long, long, long time. All right, guys. Peace.
All right. Well, thank you, and thank you for the dispatch.
I wouldn't dare take the pleasure from Jack.
We should put this out there just because there's some people who are impacted by this, and the people who don't like it will get fired up. So you got that happening. But there is now an early student loan forgiveness plan that's rolling out from the Biden administration.
Nice.
They tried to do a bigger one, and it was unconstitutional. So now somehow they've just done this other one. And there's 3 different things that you need to have to qualify to get your student loan debt paid off by this Biden administration plan. And here's what it says. All right. The first qualification is that you have to be in the SAVE plan, which is SAVE, Saving on a Valuable Education Plan. You have to be in that plan. That's number 1. The loan has to be $12,000 or less. All right. That's number 2. And then you have to have been paying for that loan for more than 10 years. So there you go. Under the old plans, loan forgiveness didn't come until 20 years or 25 years of payments. But now it will come as soon as February for a lot of folks who are in that category. If it's as I said, if it's one of these SAVE plans, if it's $12,000 or less, and if you've been paying it for more than 10 years, you will qualify for this student loan forgiveness, which I'm not going to say is paid for by the Biden administration because it's paid for by you and me. That's what pays for it. Tax dollars pays this stuff
6 margaritas.
6 margaritas wouldn't handle this. Oh, it's did I say $10,000 less? It's $12,000 less, just in case I screwed that up. I think I might have said $12,000, but just to be correct, SAVE plan, $12,000 or less, and you've been paying it for 10 years, and you will qualify. And the funny thing is, even though there's a lot of people who be like, yeah, I'm not paying for these idiots, the student loans. You went to school, you pay for yourself. Totally get that. Totally get that. But if you are a person who feels that way and also simultaneously has debt with these student loans, you might as well use it. Don't die on that hill. Just go use it and get the money paid off so you can clear up your history just a little bit. Here's Twink Lettitz with a dispatch talking about the receptionist. We don't have one of those.
Hello, junkies. Hey, so if you need a receptionist,
wow.
I can be your receptionist. Just
sounds about right.
Pay me in news junkie magnets and merch.
New phone.
And I won't let anybody in unless they bring me more magnets and merch or money or food. Or
Twink Lettitz, I need to hear from you because I want to know what kind of phone you sent that in on.
It's me doing what do you? Yeah.
It doesn't sound great. It sounds a little bit off.
I like when he skipped for a second there, like an old record.
Yep.
It glitched. So I seriously want to know. Comment on your dispatch, Twink Lettitz, and tell me what kind of phone you have and where you sent that from, the app or the website. Some sad news. And Courtney's mom just went out to this event, I believe, but 4 people were killed. And another is in critical condition after a hot air balloon crash in the Arizona desert yesterday morning. There were 13 passengers in the balloon gondola.
That seems like a lot for one air balloon.
That is a lot. I don't know how big those things are. Have you ever been on a hot air balloon?
Nope, I have zero interest.
Yeah, me either. I'm not super into it. I don't think it feels like something that I'm driven to do. They said 8 of these people were skydivers, according to a statement from the mayor. They said the skydivers jumped and then something went wrong with the balloon, the fabric of which was straight up and down. The impact was very large. So the skydivers who had their parachutes on, they all jump out of the balloon. The skydivers leaving the balloon caused the people who didn't have parachutes to feel the impacts of that, and they ended up crashing down. And it was a 28-year-old registered nurse, Katie Bartram, among the dead, an outdoor and skydiving enthusiast from Indiana, and several other people on board, a total of 4 killed and another in critical condition. That absolutely sucks, but we do have to take a break, and we're going to do that right now. You can help us by sending a dispatch in the meantime, and then when we come back, we'll tell you what a drunk man did at a restaurant in California. And it's going to put him in some trouble for some time looking forward. This guy decided to do something next level extreme, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your holiday Monday is a great one. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, it seems the traffic flow is mostly cooperative. Of course, your usual delay, that's I-4 eastbound, approaching State Road 535 and westbound after World Drive. Right now, there are 2 left lanes, that's both east and westbound, blocked at Lee Road at the intersection of I-4. Careful there. If you have any tips for us, dial our Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line number, 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Big congratulations to last week's winner, Adam. Now, the first person to answer this question correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. Or question. What is the highest grossing romantic comedy movie? What is the highest grossing rom-com movie of all time? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina at realradio.fm, and the first person to send the correct answer wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's riddle, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to maxinesonshine.com.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose Fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store.
Wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Well, hello there.
Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Hey, my name's Jay Shetty, and I'm the host of On Purpose, the #1 health podcast in the world. Join me this week as I chat with Michelle Obama, a woman of immense strength and grace. Tune in as we navigate through the chapters of her life, uncovering the moments that have contributed to her inspiring story.
What keeps me up are the things that I know. The war in the regions. What is AI gonna do?
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets.
That sounded like a different piece of audio bringing us back. And I'm like, is that the last thing, or do I wait for another thing? Or
they're changing it up 2024.
That's good.
Real radio.
You got the screen in front of you that tells you it's time.
I know, but I look at that and then there's it's complicated because there's other things that play after that. Whatever. Anyhow, here we are, and we're glad you were with us.
Actually, Sean, we are on in 3, 2. Now hit the rejoin.
Oh, man, I don't have it in front of me anymore.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're glad to be back, folks. We're glad to be with you. How about that? We don't need all the big pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
We come back quietly, just like this, and we'll tell you that we thank you for hanging out with us. And we thank you for going over to thenewsjunkie.com and subscribing to the podcast, because I hear bad things. According to this article I saw today, the incredible shrinking podcast industry, podcasts are in a troubling spot these days.
What happened?
Although I don't believe it. I really, truly don't believe it, because we got new podcasts popping up around here every day, it seems. And there's a lot of companies that have hired people on to promote and produce podcasts, and this seems to be as big as it ever was. But I guess Apple has quietly tightened its reporting of how many people listen to podcasts, sending shockwaves through an embattled audio industry still reeling from the end of COVID-era production bubbles. The shift, Apple wrote in a blog post, was technical. The dominant podcasting platform had begun switching off automatic downloads for users who haven't listened to 5 episodes of a show in the last 2 weeks. So they turned off like the automatic download thing for people who are subscribed to your podcast. I looked at our stats, and ours haven't changed a bit. They're going up. We always have an increase going on. Millions of people every year, literally millions of people every year, listen to the News Junkie podcast, and we love each and every one of you for doing so. Have not seen any slip. We just continue to increase at a decent pace in terms of downloads and subscribers, but I guess other podcasts are being hit by this, probably really, really, really big ones. It says long-running shows that publish frequently were hit particularly hard. A listener who listened to a show like the New York Times The Daily a few times, subscribed to stop listening, would continue to count as a download indefinitely. Even better, under the old rules, for people who listened to a show, dropped off for a while, but started listening again later, Apple would automatically download every show in between. So you don't want that to begin with. You don't want that filling up your phone. You only have so much storage space.
No, but as a podcaster, we want that filling up your phone.
Yeah, right. This is not great for the users. Sure. The arrangement drove big download numbers, a crucial method for metrics for ad sales, and a sign of the vast reach of podcasts as a medium. So The Daily and Dateline both said they got over 1 billion total downloads, but representatives for these shows would not say if those numbers or other impressive daily or weekly download stats are still accurate after these changes from Apple. Some people saying the numbers are down 40% as a result of Apple's change. Seems weird that you would count in your numbers people who are just downloading your show in the background and not interacting with it. Yeah, like that's like saying everybody who has liked the Facebook page listens to the show every day. We don't have any evidence that they do, so you wouldn't say or claim that they would.
Yeah, but they don't have any other number to brag about. I mean, you have your number of downloads. How do you know who's listening and who's not?
But, that's also kind of not fair for people who download in order to binge all of it.
Yes, but they can still go in and get all the episodes that they want. It's just that not automatically going to do it in the background.
Can you turn that back on?
I don't know. I'm not sure if you can or can't. I haven't seen that. Honestly, I haven't listened to podcasts in a very long time. I used to listen to podcasts all the time, but my commute is not the same as it was before. So I'm not gonna,
you don't throw on an episode of Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard on your walk from the bedroom to the garage?
No, even when we're at
through one podcast, it would take you like 3 months, right? If you did that,
it would probably take quite a while to listen to it. But my bigger issue would be, I'm surprised we haven't been listening to podcasts, because on the weekends when we're driving around, constantly changing between stations because it's the same.
You don't listen to any music, huh?
Songs. Yeah, we put it on. Well, we don't listen to like iHeart music. Well, we listen to iHeart Radio.
Of course.
Listen to stations, actual radio stations. But we don't put the phone on and listen to music through any kind of app usually. We did for a while, but lately we've been just listening to music. And two things happen. I don't like when music gets on a sad cycle and like all of the top 10 songs are all like miserable songs. Oh, God, do I hate that. I don't think that's really the case right now, but it's just the same songs over and over.
I have a couple handfuls of songs that I consider a vocal warm-up on the way to the station.
Mm-hmm.
So I have somewhat between 15 and 20 minutes in my commute. And then I typically, on the way home, complete silence.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I'm just like in my head.
I can't do that.
And then early in the morning.
You don't mind that though?
It's not that I'm not even conscious of it until I've realized that I haven't put anything on. And once in a while I'll catch like our shows that are either before or after us. There was one morning where I was listening to Rumba. And I texted Alejandro and I was like, hey, listening now. And they gave me a 2-minute Spanish shout out that I sent to my mom.
Oh, very cool.
And I understood about half of it.
Well, the thing that gets me though is it seems like a nightmare just sitting in dead silence in your vehicle.
When you're in your head, man, not when you're thinking.
You know what's
even
worse?
Silence when you're
Don't you want to avoid some of those things? Are you getting things accomplished in your head?
Just like, yeah, what am I doing, or what just happened, or what is life and the meaning behind it?
That's bad.
Yeah,
tell me about it.
I can't remember
want that boiling up.
I can't remember the last time I would have turned on my car and the radio not been on, or some sort of sound. But like for me, I've been in a couple Ubers where they have nothing playing, and I go, "What is wrong with you, man? What? Are we gonna drive off a hill, a cliff, something? We don't have cliffs here.
You want there to be one?
Please, sir, find a cliff in Florida and drive me off of it.
It's serial killer behavior when it's just dead silent in the car.
I'm not a serial killer, man.
I'm not saying
you
are.
Find yourself in those moments.
It's serial killer behavior. When you go in, though, your radio's on, right? So that means you actively turn it off when you get back in to drive home?
No, I mean, sometimes like it's the automatic like to Bluetooth, and I have nothing on my phone, then it'll be silent. Right now I have a CD. I burned a new one this morning.
Oh, really?
Because that is
like a mixtape? You burn a little mix CD?
It's just practice for Savvy's Little Helpers coming up. Just Okay 8.
Okay, well, that's good. That's actually getting something done. I mean, that makes sense. But sitting in silence and just being in my head with the constant projects that I'm always juggling, I don't want that. Because I don't want to be stressed as I'm driving. I hate that. My driving is usually a nice, comfy little chill spot.
Everyone behind you is stressed because you're going 20 under the speed limit.
I'm going the speed limit. I'm going exactly the speed limit, or maybe 4 or 5 over. I'm just cruising along. I'm listening to something on the radio, enjoying myself, but I can't deal with every 5 seconds, another song. Oh, God, the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. When we come back, we won't have the same thing over and over and over again, unless you think that same thing is Final Dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Martin Luther King Jr. Day. If so, sorry, here we are. All that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
Later today on The Jim Colbert Show, your chance to play trivia and win tickets to see the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival, June 13th through the 16th. Join us today at 3.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, everybody. Good Monday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather for the rest of the day. A lot of clouds around, rising rain chances. Those chances peaking through the evening at about 60%. Scattered showers, perhaps a rumble of thunder. That's pretty much it. Mostly cloudy tonight. Showers through late evening. 60% coverage. Low 60s for the overnight. And on our Tuesday, looks like we've got the potential for pockets of heavier rain. 70% coverage under a mix of sun and clouds initially, but rain chances coming up Tuesday as well. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's MVP Pro Rewards members get a free lunch during MVP bonus days at Lowe's of West Orlando on January 25th. Plus, big savings on tools and more. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros.
In a small Tennessee town, a killer was caught by unlikely investigators, high school students, and their teacher, Alex Campbell. Though the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation supports their theory, no charges have been filed. Murder 101 follows the students as they endeavor to complete the assignment.
Once you start getting a few tips or a few leads or a few identifications, then the cold case isn't so cold anymore.
Listen to Murder 101 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Are these leaking sounds and roof damage keeping you up all night? Call K1 Roofing today. Superior service, efficient workmanship, and stellar results on every job. Let K1 Roofing save you time and money. Call now from your cell phone. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword new roof and get $1,000 off. It's easy. Dial pound 250 and say keyword new roof. Call K1 Roofing now. Dial pound 250 and say keyword new roof. You have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways, it's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sails are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
FreshFromFlorida.com. Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Extreme Tom Keene is bankrolled by radicals. Their plan is Biden's plan. Tax more, spend more, till everything costs more. Now, Keene refuses to work with Republicans to solve the affordability crisis. Keene's cronies want to handcuff cops, release criminals, disband school resource officers, even let men play women's sports. It's crazy, it's extreme, and so is Tom Keene. But Erica Booth will fight their failed agenda. Mom, teacher, school board member. Booth will cut taxes, combat inflation, back the blue, and lower premiums by holding big insurance accountable. Send a signal to Joe Biden's Washington radicals. Vote Erica Booth this Tuesday, January 16th. Paid political advertisement paid for by the Florida House Republican Campaign Committee. P.O. Box 10307, Tallahassee, Florida 32302. The Florida House Republican Campaign Committee endorses and urges you to vote for Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Approved by Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Republicans for Florida House of Representatives.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, and your local Ford dealer. Visit monsterjam.com today.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. Here's some more free advice. After you get into a car accident or experience any other injury, you cannot imagine what the insurance companies will do to fight your claim. They will go through your social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other site you post on. They will use photos of you smiling to suggest you were not injured, that your life has not been impacted, all to avoid paying your medical expenses. Be careful when you post online. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Deep Cuts, a commercial-free station featuring deep album tracks from iconic artists. Just search Deep Cuts and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Temperatures getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Couldn't be done. Time to do the final dispatches. Stories that did make the cut.
We did it,
Today
Joe.
learn to wrap everything up for a Monday.
Quiet Monday.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people not working today, obviously, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A lot of parades and stuff to commemorate a man who did some pretty amazing things in civil society. And a lot of other people still going to work. I think it's like I don't know if it's a half and half or what, but it is a federal holiday today.
Do you think productivity-wise, for the people who do work, more getting done? I mean, for us, it's kind of weird because it's not like we're more productive on one day than a different one.
Very productive.
I don't know. I think there are days when we're more productive than others. I think
we're more funny and we're more interesting. We're better to listen to, but I mean, it's like our level of output is still 4 hours.
What's amazing to me is like already 3 or 4 times today, people have been like, "Oh, you're working today?" I'm like, "So you don't even listen to the show?"
Oh,
So you
how
don't even.
dare
Yes,
you.
we are working because we are here to represent the people that are not working.
But I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like there's some people who would be made to go to work on Martin Luther King Jr. Day and then just kind of screw off and not do much. And then there's people like, I'm sure my mother would go, yeah, this is the perfect day to work because most of the office is gone and nobody's here to distract me because I'm always behind.
True. Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff done, but I don't know. I thought it would be busy last night going out and about. And I thought the restaurants and different places would be packed, but it didn't seem that way. I don't know. It's hard for me to gauge these days.
You know what I finally did was take down my Christmas decorations. I was the only one in the damn neighborhood that still had it up.
Oh, there's still a handful around me. There's a couple of houses that still have some stuff up. There was one house that last year they just left it up. And the weirdest thing was they left their Christmas lights along the edge of their house up all year long until October, and then they took them down. And I'm like, if you made it to October,
might as well.
Yeah, just ride the train and then take them off after Christmas. Well, you were so close.
It varies how you kind of look at that, because if it was just lights, like my next door neighbor, he doesn't even have Christmas lights. He has market lights around it, and I don't know why he has them where he has them, but it's not like a festive thing. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have much of a display or a lot of decoration, you can get away with just not turning it on all year. But my dad, on his street, there is somebody who still has their decorations up, and it's a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, the longer that stays, the more you're going to be like, all right, guys, come on, let's clean it up.
Yeah, I understand. All right, we're going to get to these final dispatches in a moment here. I saw this clip I thought was brutal. I don't even know where this is from, but it still rings true. This is out of a courtroom. Watch how brutal this judge is to this defendant who has many a tattoo on his face, who's claiming that he is innocent, right? Check this out here.
I just don't understand how you find somebody
guilty
of doing something to a 15-day-old baby, because there was no evidence whatsoever that proved anything about me putting my hands on my kids. I've never done it. I never would.
All right. He's claiming he's innocent?
I was beat as a child, and I don't agree with it at all. And I would never do it. I would never do this. That's all I got to say. I would never do it. I'm innocent.
All right. So the accused says to the judge, I would never do this. I would never do it. It's terrible stuff. Would never do it. Here's the judge's response.
Well, I can make a lot of comments on what you said. I can make a lot of comments on the trial, but I know that was just be arguing with you or talking with you. I'll ask you one simple question. You claim you're innocent, so you tell me what sentence the man or woman that you claim did this should receive.
If you ever find out who did them, they deserve to be under the jail.
Okay. So they ought to get the maximum sentence.
Uh-oh.
Okay. On the crime of malice murder, I sentence you to life in confinement without
parole. So he basically said, you're claiming you're innocent. What should the person who actually did this, what should they get for a punishment? And he said, throw them out of the jail. So they should get the maximum, and then he gave them the damn maximum. He's like, oh, there you go. Your strategy, sir, it backfired. It backfired just a little bit. All right, let's go to the final dispatches. We might be able to do one or two. Yeah. Here is Insecure Walrus. Is that the person under my stairs that's coming back in on the show?
Boy. Yeah.
The kid under the stairs is back.
Huge hit.
All right, Insecure Walrus is with us.
This past Halloween, we went to a show and saw Here Come the Mummies at a venue here in town. They're a really good funk band that dresses up like mummies and only plays in the month of October, and it's a fictional, like, nobody knows who's in the band because they wear costumes. Anyways, they're all really good session guys from here in Nashville. We called an Uber to go home, and the Uber picked us up. Now, granted, it is Halloween night.
Right.
We get in the back seat. The guy never turns around, never says a word to us.
I've had that.
And as we open the doors to the Uber, the Halloween theme song is playing really loudly. And it played really loudly on repeat for the entire 15 minutes it took us to get home.
That's concerning.
Really loudly. Like, we couldn't talk to each other. It was so loud. And it was hilarious, but also a little odd if it hadn't been Halloween.
I can see that. Thank you, Insecure Walrus. Appreciate you.
Like the band Wedding Singer, when Adam Sandler takes a break and they get to the end of Culture Club and the guy just goes, let's do it again.
It does. Do you really want to hurt me over and over and over? Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there. Check them out with an amazing lineup of trucks. You're going to find something perfect for you. They got big trucks, little trucks, lifted trucks, and they're all right there on the lot. You can check them out at nationstrucks.com. Here's the guy in the restaurant I was talking about earlier. Intoxicated man drove into a California restaurant after being told to leave, witnesses said. He was at El Savichazo restaurant. It was about 10 p.m. They said he got into an argument with a female. They said, get out of here. And he said, oh, yeah, I'll show you. And he drove his red SUV right into the restaurant.
Oh, no.
FedEx has announced their own commerce platform to challenge Amazon. And that's going to be rolling out for all the companies across the country that probably will continue doing things the way they already do things. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Oh, no.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, January 15th, 2024. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned this character right here.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Peter Pan.
That's right, Peter Pan. Bobby Driscoll, the voice of Disney's Peter Pan, lost his film contract because he hit puberty and he got acne.
Here we go.
And then he turned to drugs, and then he went to prison, and then he hung out with Andy Warhol, and then he died penniless and alone in abandoned buildings in the East Village of New York.
Should have stayed in Never Neverland.
Tough times in the real world.
He's like a real lost boy.
Today I learned sperm whales can generate sounds up to 230 decibels, which is far beyond the fatality threshold for humans. James Nestor, an avid ocean goer and author, claimed in a recent presentation that a fellow diver was swimming alongside a pod of sperm whales when one approached him out of curiosity.
Hello.
He put up his hand to protect himself, and his hand ended up paralyzed for nearly 4 hours because of the volume of the clicks from these whales. They're so huge, these animals. And you see a human next to one, and then the sounds that can emanate from them are every bit as loud. So it can be enough to make you deaf, if not a whole lot worse. It could even kill you.
No one would believe you if you went deaf because of a sperm whale.
Nope. No, that's a tough story to believe, I think. Today I learned this guy.
Lionel Richie. Lionel
right.
Richie. Well, I don't know why I
Richie.
said Lionel, and I don't know why.
Lionel Richie is correct. At 3 years old, Nicole Richie was given to Lionel Richie by her parents. They said they couldn't financially afford to take care of her. They trusted that he could provide for her throughout her life. And Lionel Richie legally adopted her when she was 9 years old, friends. And look how successful she is now. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast. The links are ready for you up at thenewsjunkie.com. And guess what? See you later, everybody.
All night long. All night.